So how do I sound right now?
Everybody sounds about the same and fine.
Okay, good. I was watching the VOD of last time and I was quiet as fuck, so I'm gonna try my best to stay close to my mic.
They have folders for fucking things, so I can do the 200 plus fucking like endless dungeon I wanted to do.
Yes.
Yes. You
Yeah.
also can.
Finally.
You also can make a hotbar folder to put all the party
Thanks,
members
Eli.
into, so you don't have to keep searching for me.
Yeah, I've been
Alright,
doing
that's-
that with all my maps in my Fallout 1.
That must have been a recent thing, because they weren't there before.
It just got rolled out today.
Oh.
It makes me think whenever I do the Tamriel one, I can just shove everything in a folder and just
You guys
reuse
are
it.
so fucked whenever the endless dungeon comes out.
You know, there are such good auto-generating tools for maps, and like there's stuff that exists where you can get it to automatically dynamic lighting. So I'm just wondering how long it's going to take before Roll20 just has a built-in option where you hit a
That's
button
what
and it
they
makes
were
a random
doing.
map.
Remember with the one I showed you, the dungeon scrawl? That's getting
Yeah.
implemented in like that.
But that's where you can build a map. I'm saying I'm
No,
waiting
in
for...
here.
Yeah.
They're implementing it in here where you can build a map and it does the lighting for you real time.
No, he's
Well,
meaning
everyone
like it just makes an endlessly generated dungeon for you to go.
Yeah, I'm waiting for them to have a button where you
No.
press it and it just auto-generates
I
one.
hate that. Then even you don't know what monsters are where.
I mean, more auto-generates a map, and then you put monsters up on it.
But you would still have to do that part. Nah.
Yeah.
I don't like
Look,
that.
placing monsters is not hard for me. It's making the fucking map.
To each their own? You still have to make the step? No.
I'm enjoying the idea of like just it's all randomly generated and just someone turns a corner and then it's a fucking I don't know. Just some
Turns the corner,
Leviathan creature and they're all like level 2.
They turn the corner, there's a ghoul. Welcome
Hey,
to
Dan.
Chili's.
Dan,
What?
can you make the post for us today in Twitch? Because
Twitter?
Twitter. I don't want to do social things at all.
Mhm.
I'm here because I want to be here for you fucks.
And we can keep somebody in the chat, that'd be nice, so I don't have to frequently check whatever somebody wants to sell us their art shit without ever even having to stream on. Because the person was like, question mark, while waiting for a reply, while we were replying in the chat. It's like, you don't even have the stream on, do you? You're just here to play.
Yeah, they're not even listening to the stream. That's the thing. It's like, hey, what's this game about? I've got a couple ideas. Want to buy my art? Hey, fucking give me money.
He went from echo to...
Yeah.
I
That
know,
was the
I
joke.
grabbed the mic and shoved it into my face.
It's
Alright.
appreciated nonetheless. We're both very, very drained.
I'm trying to remember how the fuck to do this because I haven't done it in a while.
You can copy paste one of the older ones and just change the basically what's going on today. The most recent one's a good cue.
Oh,
for
dropping
that.
off Jani? Are we going to the dragons?
You guys haven't decided that.
Upset.
It's a whole thing you guys are gonna have to
OBS
fucking
is
argue
having
about.
disconnection issues. Fuck
Oh,
me,
it's it.
that means I have to do YouTube shit later. Thank you, world.
It's fun times.
If we lose internet, we're calling the stream. Because God knows if that's how it's gonna be, nobody's gonna have a good time today.
I see Johnny attempted to steal Wilk's shoes.
It did not
I
work.
almost succeeded. Look at the fucking rolls. It would have worked too, because we're still in the bathroom, and he's like, Johnny gets out of the
If
bath.
you want to roll to
Take
steal Wilk's
shoes.
shoes, you gotta do sleight of hand, and he'd have to do a perception check.
No, this is.
You guys
this
don't even
is-
do this right.
This is by force.
This isn't. That's the same thing.
See, that's not stealing. That's punching Wilk
that's
in the
accosting.
dick, grabbing his shoes, and running.
Yeah. Just
So
grab him
that would
around.
be
Not
roll
stealing.
athletics or acrobatics to grapple. No, it's athletics to grapple. We can do this. You just gotta tell me what you're doing. I got you. I'm the DM. You can trust me.
I just love the fact that he wrote that and then he rolled the d20 and
I
Raph
fucked
just
up.
responded. We're rolling his own d20.
Johnny, in your attempts to accost Wilk for his shoes, you trip over your duck, who is just sort of like being kind of chill nearby. But then she saw you starting to run towards Wilk, and to really fuck you up, because she's still pissed about what happened earlier, she dove in front of you, you trip and fall on your face.
Johnny has died. This is the end of Johnny.
You didn't die. You're fine.
The duck starts consuming your body. Your essence starts mixing. You are now a duck. Johnny the duck. Like, that escalated 0 to 100 real fast.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
I can hear you.
God damn it.
Are you on push to talk, hun?
No.
You need to be on push to talk.
No, like, I am on push to talk. I've told you that like twice. I meant
Why am I
sorry.
coming through you then?
You're not.
Testing, testing. You're lighting up and I'm hearing myself. What the fuck?
Never mind, I'm just stupid.
So you weren't on push to talk. That's what I was wondering.
I blame streamer mode.
Fucking gaslighting me, I swear to God. Asshole.
Don't be mean to me. I feel horrible on this medicine.
Did you manage to figure out the thing, Dan?
Yep, I'm
Okay,
finishing
cool.
up the tweet right now.
Thank you, I appreciate you.
I have said, we survived, we are tired, Johnny's trying to steal Wilk's shoes, and we have to go parley with dragons. Come watch, Dan.
And then also, Oswald is trying to get them all to go home for just like a week.
It's like, let's
Well, I
spend...
have 11 characters left. I can't do that one, so it just gets posted like that.
Yeah. Wants us to spend basically an entire year flying back so he can see his mom.
It's only like a couple of months.
Look, the very, very real psychic lady said my mom was gonna die, okay? If you sit down and a
was gonna die.
said a maternal figure's gonna die, I said, is it my mom? And they basically said, all signs point to yes.
She also said Wilk is well adjusted. You really believe that?
I believe that she knew all of our fucking details the second we sat down.
I love you guys. You guys are great.
Look, Oswald can't handle much more loss right now.
Just be like, Mom, I need you to go stay with, like, I don't know.
Oh, he's half tempted to make a deal with a Ciengol to have them protect her.
Just go stay with fucking Fenris for a while, Mom, please. She's got, like, 2 Ciengol there right now.
But we both know my mom would be too stubborn to do that.
No, you know what? You gotta convince her to go and talk to, like, the fucking village, like, mayor, and just go stay with him for a bit.
Ugh.
Oh, goodness. Alright. Are we all just gonna go ahead and get started then?
If I have to.
Alright, I'm switching over and we can have somebody roll the D100 or whatever.
Oh right, I was kept waiting for Hatter to show up. I'm like, right, that's in like.
I think that's next
Huh.
Sunday.
Dan, I have to ask, why do you sound like you're distant and echoey a little bit?
There we go.
Because I just realized that I was stupid, so I arced my head back, like giving myself a face palm.
Ah,
I'm sitting on an exercise ball. I move around a lot.
just remind yourself to lean forward.
Yeah, when it's in character dialogue, I will do my best to get closer to the mic.
29. I think Peppers is dealing with his family screaming outside his door, so he's trying to deal with them right now. Oh.
I don't care if I hear them screaming. He needs to be here.
Yeah, it's okay for you to, like, unmute when you need to respond, babe. Just...
If they don't
We'll-
want to be
we'll
on
find them in
fucking
the
a stream,
background.
they shouldn't be screaming in the background.
Oh, ah. Shoot
I
them
don't care
kids.
about that. No one's gonna care about hearing that. You hear what we have to deal with, Dan? No one's gonna care.
Yeah, like
Yeah, it'll be
seriously,
fine, huh?
please. We'd rather you actually be on mic than be
Oh, no,
trying
I
to
think
tackle
he's
the
just
kids.
muting and he'll unmute when he talks. I think he's on push to talk.
Said 29.
Yeah, 29.
We've done that one.
I'll roll it again.
Yes.
Peppers, if your family is dumb enough to yell out their credit card information while knowing there's a live stream going on the other side of a door, that's their fault.
We've done that one too. It's the
Jesus
greater good
Christ.
question.
I think
How
he's
far are you willing
more
to go?
worried about them saying things like his address.
Ah,
I don't think they should be screaming their address randomly outside of his door. I'm sorry.
This is an example, but yeah, they shouldn't be. The issue here isn't that they are being,
Then they don't care. Then it
yeah.
doesn't matter. You have to talk if you're gonna be in the game. Anyway, next roll.
Should I try for a third, or does someone else want to roll?
Just roll.
She rolled 83, remember?
Okay.
Yeah, we already did that one. It was the greater good.
Yeah. How far are you willing to go for the greater good?
I'll roll, fuck it. I haven't rolled in like
Oh,
weeks.
well, fucking.
Oh, no, 88. Do it then.
All right, Aahana. Where do you see yourself in 20 years?
Well, the rebellion should succeed by then, so I'll probably have a lot of free time on my hands. I'm making a lot of friends all over the place, particularly druids. I don't know, probably traveling the world, doing Herazad's bidding sounds like the wrong word, and visiting friends and just, I don't know, exploring, learning more.
How do you feel about your whole, the first Valkyrie of Steel, your charge to also create more Valkyries of Steels, or finding more and then helping them get to that point? Is that gonna be a big part of your life in 20 years?
Yeah, I'll keep an eye out. If I find someone who I think's good to be a Valkyrie of Steel, I'll probably also keep an eye out helping Wilk, or I'm sure he'll keep an eye out for any he thinks will help me. And then if we ever get someone of the mirror.
So you think that you'll
I see
actually
it.
have that'll be a good big part of your future, is being the head of the Valkyries, at least the Valkyries of Steel?
Well, yeah. I don't know if I'll be like the leader. I don't know how well I'll do in that. I'll do my best though.
So you don't think that you'd be a good leader?
I don't think I'd be a bad one. I feel like maybe I'd instill too much dislike of a certain group. And I don't know how well that would go over.
I mean, you're gonna live a long time. Maybe
Yeah.
your feelings can change over time. It's not, you can dislike people so long as you can control how you react around them, you know?
That's
Something
fair.
you can work on. Wilk, where do you see yourself in 20 years?
Hopefully done with everything that's going on now, for starters. Hopefully able to get some settling in with the whole deep dwarf thing that I want to do, but if I can't by then, probably helping with what I swore I would do. Finding Valkyries of Flame. If I can get some, typically around every continent, it'd be useful to have other frequent heroes. Adventurers guilds are great places to find them, but it's not been a good time to look. Thought about trying to get a head start earlier.
No, but in 20 years, you're thinking too close to you. 20 years from now, what do you see Wilk being?
Still finding them. I don't think it's going to be easy.
Ah, so you've actually fallen into wanting to be the head of the Valkyrie of Flame instead of being a deep dwarf hobo.
No, I just gave my word.
What he'll
Meaning-
do is he'll live underground, and like 1 month out of the year, he goes out, tries to look for people.
So he's gonna have a second in command that does basically everything, and he just comes and checks in once a year.
That's who he's gonna find first.
It's his fucking second in command, like pseudo leader.
That's within... Hold on. No, maybe I can talk about a vacation from the big hero shit and then do that later. Then I can do the hobo stuff. That'd be nice.
Just imagine
Otherwise, yeah, I have to find a second in command because this is kind of a mantle you don't retire from.
So you don't want to be leader, but at the same time, you feel like you don't have a way out.
I gave my word, so I have to give it my all.
he wants to be the figurehead.
I don't even want to be the leader of this group.
I'm just imagining though a bunch of kindred crowding around like a hole in the forest, like, and they say, due to the legends say, once every year, the legendary Firefox emerges from his "I hate doing this shit." The legend is real. As Wilk just flies out of it.
Just the yearly firework into the sky from this forest floor.
They just hear, just not wanting to do it.
You'd hear it now, but you get that mentally already with every time I try to vote for anything and get outvoted.
Fucking salty about that shit. You need to calm your ass down.
You didn't come through, but it was funny.
Oh, I was pressing the wrong button.
Yeah, you were.
Whoops! Oswald, where do you see yourself in 20 years?
If I don't end up dead, which hopefully I don't, I guess I'd want to just look around, because there seem to be a whole bunch of creatures coming into the world that no one knows about, so hopefully within the next 20 years I'll be making my own version of, well, this monstrosity, Pat's the 20-pound book.
Ah, so you want to make your own book?
Yeah. Maybe help teach people how to deal with some of these creatures, because it seems even the Primalists don't know how to deal with a lot of them.
They're just a school, you know? So if you wanted to be like a more advanced school, like a college, you want to start a Primalist college?
Maybe something like that.
For the advanced arts instead of just starting out?
I do also realize I seem to be getting a lot of connections with very powerful beings, ones that might end up spawning their own creatures, aka gluttony. So maybe I'll try my best to keep on top of what they make.
Alright.
Make some pamphlets or something.
The Siangal are our friends.
I'm imagining more like...
How
No,
weird
fuck
dreams
with
of
them.
humming and faces. I
I'm
might have
imagining
the
more
answers
like-
for you.
I'm imagining more like if Oswald, like I said in the text chat earlier, like imagine if Oswald survives to level 20 and becomes basically immortal and keeps a good working relationship with the Siangal. He'd probably just end up being the one that makes the pamphlets for their cultists and summoners. Like, here are your options for each Siangal. Don't try to summon this with greed. That's a gluttony one. They'll get a little upset. He'll still summon it, but he'll be a little terse with you.
How to not fuck over your goddamn Siangal.
Mhm.
Alright. Heather's not here. Jani, where do you see yourself in 20 years?
Hoping not eaten by another larger dinosaur. But
Yeah, but what else?
the queen or the key I don't know what Johnny's gender is still.
Ruler.
The monarch.
Co-ruler with Aahana.
Where do you think Aahana's gonna be ruling, Jani?
Wherever Johnny doesn't care as long as he's following her.
Well, at least you got a little page, Aahana.
Ideally, I find a magic spell that can make me retroactively a Siamese twin with Aahana.
If we wander too far away, one of us starts to die.
Maybe if I'm lucky, somewhere in her DNA is the coding for an anglerfish, and I can just mold myself to her.
I imagine more you're gonna find a magic item that, like, just slip it in her bag, she'll never notice, and it just, like, makes you act like a Minecraft wolf, where if she gets too far away, you just teleport.
Johnny
Like-
wild shapes into a remora.
Like Chucky, he just appears I just like appear over her shoulder out of nowhere. Yeah.
By the way, I think I know what Aelin's answer would be.
Oh yeah?
Either dead in a ditch in the woods somewhere, or still fucking me waves.
I have no idea. By the way, honey, did you want to tell them what you have planned, or at least what you gave me the idea for when he returns next week? For how he gets the potential for the 15,000 that he missed out on?
Ah, yes. Dating sim. He has to make his wives happy.
So you guys are all gonna listen next session and like probably put an input, and he's gonna basically go through a dating sim where he picks which wives he takes out first. If he apologizes and like makes them happy during the date, during these certain like cues and shit, he gets 5,000 for each of them, right?
Just make the
But if he
bad-
doesn't apologize for never talking to them and fucks up, it's negative 1,000 each time. And also, though, he gets one call a friend. It's not really even call a friend. It's like, what would Wilk do? And then you guys would, if he says that, then Wilk would be able to say, like, oh, I would do blah blah blah, and it's basically be in the back of his head, his friends helping him out through this whole thing. But he only gets one from each of you. You know,
What you should do
per date.
You make the map the background of, like, I don't know, some default inside of a house, and then you have their icons, you have their pictures on the map, and just like they like pop up.
I was gonna say you should just whip up some like default NPC like waiters and like staff of the places he takes them, and we play them. It's like, I wonder what Wilk would do, and the NPC leads over like, hey, I noticed you're fucking up. Can you try and do this instead?
No, I like the whole background of you guys being able to put your 2 cents in. It's just gonna be a cute thing. I hope it doesn't take too long.
Do we get to play the wives again?
It depends on how horribly he messes it up.
We never played the wives.
You kind of played the wives during that time. You just didn't have to really fight with
There's
them.
a chance he'll mess it up so horribly it'll either go really quickly or it'll go very long.
It's gonna be one of the two, yes.
Wilk played one of his wives, and he played the wife too well, and yeah.
No,
Right,
more along
I
the lines of
know.
he just was really bad at the Scottish accent and was way too girly about
Yeah,
it.
and I remember. I just straight up didn't.
Fucking
I played.
Rose.
I was just turned into one. Now I remember.
Rose is like your fucking favorite now too. Anyway, so that's what next session's gonna be about, and we'll see if he actually gets the 15,000 or not. All right.
Like I said, he makes the 15,000 by making his wives happy.
That reminds me, I'm less than 1,000 away from leveling up.
Yeah, I
We
wonder
need
if
to
you
go
guys are
kill
gonna
things.
go do something about that or not.
We need to go
Anyway.
find Shooty McShootface.
Intro time.
Alrighty. Welcome to the Legends of Narthuza. Last time, in summary at least, our valiant team of Copperclaws had landed and made their way while deafened through the gory, horrendous scene of Fort Glory. Searching high and low for any entrance into their sewage system and pretending to be oblivious as its denizens were silently devoured. Upon finding an entrance, it took Jani as a mouse to scout the sewers and help the party find another way through without upsetting a suspicious head of the massive creature. As the group finally made it to the writhing mass of flesh and heads chained in the center of a summoning rune, they commenced in an arduous, brutal combat where almost all hope was lost. Fortunately, through the Valkyries frequently exploding in its mouth, Oswald reliving his time with the Kelpsie by trying to eat his way out, Susie's fire shield, Zack's lightning bolt, Luson lighting it on fire, and last but not least, Johnny's internally spawned insect plague, the beast was felled. Upon investigation and confirmation from Gluttony herself, the mystery of its origin was revealed to have come from a deal made with the Siangal with cultists. The book was turned over to the town leadership as evidence, and after some looking around, the Copperclaws went to rest on Newit. What'll happen next?
So far,
first
you guys
we
have been arguing about where you guys want to go next currently.
Bathing
Although
the
one
light.
of you is bathing. And
Oh,
you're just
first
yelling
thing-
out into the hallway.
First thing that needs to happen is we get a spammer in the chat.
Oh,
That didn't take long.
You're like, hey, sorry to bother you. I want to offer promotion of your channel, viewers, followers, views, chatbots, etc. The price is lower than any other competitor. Yeah,
Be gone, bot.
I don't care that you're polite. It's still spam.
You guys don't have the bot set up?
Batting this fucker.
Congratulations.
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
So currently, Oswald is up getting our big blue girl to go north, while Aahana is talking to Jani over something he did. I don't remember what it was. And then
I don't remember either.
I think Wilk and Jani. Oh wait, no, Wilk and Jani are in the bath, and Aahana, I'm not sure what you were doing.
I don't. I don't know.
Recovering mentally.
I'm sure there was a plan somewhere, but I just stopped her in the middle of like nothing, and I was like, well, whatever.
Yeah,
I was
maybe you were
planning.
going to bed. I don't know.
Maybe that might have been it. I think we were all about to like settle down and.
Since everyone is currently settling down and a plan was put into place, let's figure out how long it's going to take you to get there.
I don't think we planned it yet. We haven't decided.
I thought you guys were going north. That's why. Like,
Yeah, we're going north. Oswald said, "Can we
To
please go
resupply.
home?" And Wilk said, "Absolutely fucking not."
all right, time to map this out. Would you like me to do it, or you got this?
Bring us over.
Oh, did I not? I apologize. Oh, they changed the flag. That's why.
let's see. How fucking
Ref.
far are we?
What?
Can you make me mod in chat and I'll just take care of it? When
No,
anything pops up? Why?
because I don't know how.
Oh shit.
I would also
That's a
have
good
to
reason.
open Twitch, which is a struggle while streaming. I don't have 2
Yeah,
monitors.
we can handle this later.
I'll make you mod later, though. Okay? That'd be
Yeah.
appreciated.
Looks like a person here.
Yeah, I can also be one to just try and help.
Happily, you guys are all part of this. I'm fine with that.
Let's see. I
It is
really can't
encouraged.
fucking see these.
Lord knows I can't monitor this shit all the time.
Oh, let me. We don't need that
I-
anymore.
Oh, I appreciate the offers and all that. I'll make sure that happens later when I have the moment.
Delete that. Okay.
Do you want me to do it or you got this?
No, I got it. I just have to get these things working.
Did I turn them lighter? Would lighter help?
No, it's that there's so much other shit over
I
there.
know.
Let me move it closer. I'm gonna be quiet because my face is past my mic right now.
Oh, you're fine.
Is that it?
That's close enough, yeah. That's,
Divided by 3 now.
1, so...
I was
Wait.
going to the actual dot, but I realized I should have probably stopped at the city. Oh well. 1, 2, 3, 4.
No, the city is the dot. You're fine.
4 days.
4 days.
So
okay.
for flying, it's 3 edges is 1 day? Yeah.
I think it's
Is it?
13,
Carriage
so...
travels.
I
Ship
got a
and
13.
airship is 2
Yeah.
hexagon lines per 12 hours. So you guys travel 2 hexagon lines per day. Oh wait, no, it's 24 hours. So 4. You guys go 4.
I should. Yeah, whatever.
4 hexagon lines per day. Sound good?
Okay.
I have to. When I do that, I have to move over to my other monitor so I can old man lean in and squint. Like
so how
your
many of
parent.
it if it's 4 hexagon lines per day?
Then be...
Three, actually.
3.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because it's 12 lines.
Yeah, that's not bad. Only 3 days to get there.
Yeah.
Is there anything you guys want to get done in those 3 days? Or are you guys just going to be chilling?
Cleaning up. I'm keeping track of the time. Filling up. Trying to fill in Kit on all the bullshit that we saw, because I'm sure she'd be interested, just period.
She's a little horrified. She doesn't want to
Yeah.
talk about it too much.
Yeah, pretty fucked up.
She's glad you got the fuck out of there and is also horrified that you had to fight something like that.
Joining Aahana and learning how to properly clean and maintain armor better.
Did
Yeah.
I ever
telling
get a
Aahana-
message?
or, Susie, what the fuck?
Did I ever get a message back from
It's
my
only been
people?
3 days and you sent a land animal.
You
It's
sent-
gonna be a while.
You sent a kitten across the ocean.
Look, Kitten's gonna go fucking, like, stow away on a ship. It'll get there.
You can do it, Feifel!
In the next, like, month, you might get a message back when they're like, why did you send a fucking kitten? I should have expected this from you. And it's gonna be on a bird or something.
Oh, I'll do sending to let them know that he sent a land animal.
Oh, really?
Just to help
Do you even
that
know
along.
he did?
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys
All
all
you saw
watched
him-
it happen.
All we saw him do was pick up a cat and then throw the cat.
It should
I
have been
think
like,
we
where'd that
both
cat
played
come
knowing
from?
the shenanigans. But, not
just
Susie,
eventually-
Sahara's off. Fill her in on the bullshit, too.
Oh, Sahara knows everything.
Aha,
time he's
downstairs.
Next time he's gonna send an ant.
Why?
You just get a message back from your friends like, "We're reporting you to the Adventurers Guild for animal abuse."
And all he's gonna say is, they can't never take me alive! And then it'll be on like a piglet.
Alright, so you guys eventually make it to Raqqa. Sorry, it took me a minute. You guys make it to Raqqa, which seems to be a sort of like, not fishing village, but it is close to like, there seems to be like a part of it sort of branches out from above. It's like a sort of sprawling between the jungle trees. It's kind of well camouflaged with what looks to be a sort of like part of it. It's a medium small town, not a city. So it's one of the like more meager size. It's kind of the same size as that fishing village across the Jade Sea.
Hmm.
And there's a sort of pier that kind of goes out to the left there. But it's not that big of one, nor is it well maintained. There's just a couple of like fishing boats. It doesn't look like it goes out much very far. It seems to just be like a sort of like subsect of that helps feed and maintains the village. because fishing is great.
If I can, before we actually land, I got distracted by the joke about the calling PETA on fucking Jani. I actually, while we were going, did want to use the sending stone to check in on my mom.
Your mom seems fine.
And I also want to say, like, have you ever met like a fortune teller and actually believed them?
She hasn't. She doesn't really do the fortune teller thing.
Because there was one that knew a lot of stuff about us that would not be possible for them to know. They also said a maternal figure in my family was probably going to die. So if something weird happens, go to the Fenris's farm, please.
She laughs it off, tells you she's to be fine, but yeah, she'll make sure she doesn't fuck or poke the bear.
Doesn't fuck the bear. Okay, please don't fuck the bear.
As you guys come in for a landing,
Gets
you are
lonely
seeing
sometimes,
that
okay?
there is a large amount of what looks to be cat kindred. A medley of looks to be different spotted species and a bunch of the striped, much larger ones. So this seems to be a mixed colony of the three different various cat colonies.
Feline. Any hyenas?
Not here, no.
Yeah, they wouldn't be in a
In a
swamp,
jungle,
in
yeah.
a cold swamp area.
That would have been more of like, up on
It's
Car.
probably like Sahira's place.
No,
Which is-
Car is a great one for it. But yeah, you're right. So here's that would be a good place too.
Pushes up glasses. There actually are hyenas in jungles.
Yeah, but
Not
not
in my
mangrove
jungle.
jungles.
Fucking nerd!
Not in my jungle. There, it's my world. Fuck you.
I'm gonna fuck you
Okay.
up.
Anyway.
Aahana's
You guys come to a rest decent ways away from the town, mainly because there's not a lot of good clearings. The trees are a little dense and overhanging. She actually had to push a tree aside in order to land, sort of thing.
It is a jungle.
You guys hear the snapping of a fucking tree getting just snapped in half before she settles.
And a monkey screaming, "My house!"
But yeah, you guys are here.
Aahana's going to pick up Dirg and go, I'm gonna go fill her up. She just goes into town.
Sounds good,
Anyone get
quartermaster.
Dirg just still doesn't know what's going on. It's just enjoying being held. I'm just happy to be here.
I'm
Just
gonna
tongue out,
take the
staring
day.
up into the sky.
Slobber falling on small fingers.
I'm gonna take the day, given the mounts, well, at least mine, because the others might fight me, some exercise. Iris loves the swamps, so I'm gonna do her first, and then I'm gonna cleanse myself of all smell that I can, and then I'm gonna try to get Brutus to enjoy some warmth again.
Johnny's gonna go try to find a monkey and teach it how to dance.
Cue horrifying
No, it-
random people in the woods as giant jumping spider or Drake misbehaves nearby.
I'm sorry, what?
Did you not hear anything that I said?
I heard a part of it, but I was also trying to find music. What did you say?
He's going to take the day riding his mounts and getting some of that fucking energy out.
Which one?
He's gonna do Iris first, then he's going, because she loves swamps, then he's going to clean himself and go get Brutus, so that Brutus can enjoy the trees and the warmth.
Okay.
What do I need to roll to teach a monkey how to dance?
Well, first you need to do a survival to see if there's monkeys nearby.
Gotta find that monkey first.
25.
You know that monkeys aren't endemic to this specific part of Hestia? At least northern Hestia. And you know that they're much more prevalent kind of around the Zexus area? This place over here is a little more balmy and slightly more chilly thanks to the snowy. So while there probably might be snowy monkeys, they're not on this continent.
What
So you don't
about
think there's
squirrels?
any... You want squirrels?
Yeah, what about squirrels?
Survival.
Let's fucking go. I chuck those dice. 18.
With an 18, there's probably maybe a couple of the northern squirrels that come over here whenever it gets too cold in the southern area. However, due to the fact that it is currently coming into summer, they're probably down in the colder areas. You wouldn't find any squirrels here.
What the fuck is detect animal at?
I believe it's labeled "Ask Oswald for help."
Yes, detect animal, where's that? Detect
animal.
magic.
I don't think there's a detect animal. There might be a find animal.
I think there is a find. I think I have find animal. Find
I don't-
familiar. No, that's not it.
It may not be a thing though.
Okay. Is there fuck? Is there any animals close by?
Yeah, there's plenty. It just depends. Like, what do you like? Survival. And like, do you have something in mind?
Something that walks upright.
Upright? There's lots of kindred,
Fuck it.
and then there's lots of like raptors and lizards.
We're gonna find a friendly kindred.
Okay. So, as so here's the thing. Don't worry about
20.
that part. No, you don't need a survival here. So Aahana has slithered into town. Wilk has taken off on what's her name? Iris.
Yes.
Oswald, what are you doing?
I was waiting for him to be done flailing around trying to find animals to teach a dance so I could just prowl around the forest myself and try to hunt some animals to relax.
We'll get to you, I guess. I
Yeah.
guess survival.
Why?
No, not you.
Damn.
Alright. Let me find survival. There we go. Yeah, you can finish up with other people
Ew.
first before getting to me, don't worry.
No, we'll be doing it a cycle. So Aahana, you slither into the town. It took Jani some time to like do those first failed, just finding animal rolls. It's not really that I failed. It's just that he knows better that they're not here.
Trying to
As
find
much
like
as he
monkey
may want.
hair and picking up a random piece of hair off the ground, tasting it. That's not monkey.
So Aahana, you slither into town and you are immediately greeted by both Panther and Tiger Kindred as they try to sell you a bunch of wares because it's like new person. Hey, you need some food or like I don't know, you want like some fucking handcrafted furniture? What do you need?
Well, the food, yeah. We need to replenish our stock.
What you looking for?
Anything that's long lived on the shelf. Dried meats and stuff like that. So I need, it's
How much?
2 months of food rations, and then a month of animal feed and a month of water. I don't know. Oh yeah, gluttony. I was about to say, I don't know why the fuck our food's so low.
Do you have it written down how much I have how much is in a barrel?
I think it was like a barrel was supposed to last a month, I think.
Yeah?
Does no one else know?
Barrel for 30 days sounds familiar to me.
Yeah.
Okay. So if you want what? 2 food barrels, 2 water barrels, or what?
2 food barrels, a barrel of animal feed, and a barrel of water.
Just 1 barrel of water?
Yeah, we have like 53 days of water.
So
our
what kind
water's
of
low.
animal feed though? Because it's not really. You looking for vegetarian or like carnivorous, insectoid? Like what are you looking for feed wise?
Think. I mean, all I know is Sapphire's a carnivore. The Gardoon spider's also a carnivore, and my black mamba's also a carnivore.
No, the Gardoon spiders have a very specific feed because they don't have teeth.
Oh yeah, that's right. I need to get that separately then.
You don't think
I
they'll probably
think-
sell that here? You'll have to go back to the Dwarven
Yeah.
village to get proper feed for them. How
I
is their
think-
food looking?
Raph, did you have that? Did you buy that, Raph?
Yeah, it was
I think
pellets.
Wilk.
Bags of pellets.
Yeah.
Did you label
bags
them
of
proper?
pellets.
Let me double check, dear. It's been a while. I've not been handling the fucking food and water.
I let you
here.
guys be the ones that label this shit, but I need you guys to keep track of that.
Oh, it got mixed in with the actual animal food and stuff. We made it all even at the time, so whatever food we have left of animal feed is how much left we have for the Gardoons.
But you gotta separate
Oh,
that.
well, I'll make sure to start separating that
Yeah,
then.
it'll be separate now because they're not
Yeah.
eating anymore. Because when we bought it all to begin with, there's a whole thing.
Okay. I'll get... Oh... I've nerfed they did.
Nature
exactly.
check to figure out if you have any herbivores.
Yeah. 1 second. There it is.
You don't have any herbivores. However, you know there's the birds, but the birds seem to be doing just fine on the feed that he got for them. Because he kind of just scattered it all over the place, and every time you go in there, there's a lot of them. And then there's also the crickets that they might have been eating, you're not sure.
I've also been going in to make sure they're fed, like I said I would.
It's just hard to do that because, one, you don't have any feed. It's scattered all over the fucking room.
Hmm.
And so you do your best to see if you can find any of that feed, and if there's still some, you know they can at least eat. Like I said, there's not much you can do there. He's the one that did what he did. So
Okay, 1 second.
you just want a barrel of just meat feed then? They just say, you know, dried meat rations would work then.
Yeah. We'll get...
However, with an 18, you do know that, at least for the drakes, they do have they're more omnivore-ish. So while they do eat meat, I think you remember Wilk screaming about pumpkins at one point.
1 second. You know what? I'm gonna do this. We have the animal. We have the carnivore. We'll do herbivore feed.
But you don't have any at the moment.
Gardoon pellets, and then we have about. Okay, this is gonna be more. We need to get, but okay, so can't do the Gardoon stuff. So if we split up the animal feed, we have 26 carnivore feed. So I want to get 2 barrels of carnivore feed and then 3 barrels of herbivore. This is gonna be a lot.
What do you need the herbivore for, though?
The pumpkins and whatnot.
Oh, that's just you can buy pumpkins.
No, just buy the pumpkins separately.
Yeah, like they don't take the herbivore feed per se. They just enjoy pumpkins as a treat.
Okay. And give me the.
It's more along the lines as I was going to have you like try to talk to the Wilk about it because you just remember him screaming about it. But hell, if it's just a little too much right now, we could just narrow it down to they just enjoy pumpkins a lot. And that's their herbivorous aspect is that they like gourds.
Don't think I need 90. I don't think I need 3 months worth of gourd.
You really don't. That's why I'm like,
But
it's just buying like I don't know. So the local gourds are more of a like you haven't tried. You don't know like gourds and melons are kind of close, right? Maybe they'll like melons because you don't see any gourds here, but they do have like a nice selection of different sorts of like melons. You can try melons.
Let's see.
And they're even a steal. It's like 10 melons for a copper.
10 melons per I guess 30 melons?
Be 3 copper.
Yeah.
And then we'll get to the actual food.
Yeah.
So if you were getting 2 barrels or 1 barrel of the feed that's more carnivore?
Yeah, we will need 2 barrels. Yeah, 2 barrels of the carnivore feed.
That'll be 20 gold each. Or sorry, copper each.
1 second, let me start cutting this out.
You're fine.
Oh, Jesus, I forgot we have 6,000 copper. 1 second, I can't just...
Yeah.
663.
We have so fucking much.
You see, that's 627. I hand over the 3 copper for the gourds.
You mean the
And you said
melons.
it was 3 gold per barrel? Melons, yeah, sorry.
It's 20 copper per barrel of the feed. Just the carnivore feed.
Okay. So,
Can someone write this down so I have to keep looking it up?
I'm trying to do the math. If someone
You're
else
fine.
could please write it down for me.
All right, now we can copy and paste in deer. 1 second.
Preach, thank
Okay,
you.
sweet, thank you. So it's 20 per barrel, and I need... Yeah, I need 2 barrels. So I'll hand over 40 copper.
You ready for the next bit?
1 second. 5, 8, 7. Okay. And now I'm ready.
Okay, so as you're buying the feed, you're like, wait, you have a couple of animals that likes fish stuff. As you hear burbling angrily at your hip.
Oh,
And there's
make
also
sure to buy
Lila.
some pounds of... Oh, yeah, Lila.
A barrel of fish stuff would be good.
Fish.
Just dried fish stuff. Aquatic
Barrel.
food.
1. Okay, 1
And that will
barrel of
be-
fish.
And that will be 10 copper because here they do a distant amount of fishing.
Oh, yeah. I will hand over the 10 copper for the fish barrel.
And as for food, it's 40 copper per month of rations. And that'll get you a barrel of food and a barrel of water, basically.
Okay.
How much for a barrel of food and water again?
40 copper.
Is that both of them combined?
Yes. You don't have to, it's not like 40 per, it's 40 for the 2 together. They've got this ingenious barrel thing that has like a slat in the middle. That way you can have the food on one side and the water on the other. It's great.
Nah, 40 copper, right? For
Mhm.
both of them? Yeah, okay. So 6, 5, 7, 7 minus 40. And then... So that's... that. And then I'll need another barrel of the food.
Just specifically food.
Yeah,
That'll be 30 copper.
because gluttony came through and ate everything.
And you have a choice between something that's more grain heavy, so like pasta, rice, things like that. Something that's along the lines of more meat heavy, a lot of dried meats. And then there's a fruit barrel that just has a medley of different sorts of long lasting fruits and some dried fruits. Which one do you like?
I guess grain and fruits?
A mix of the two?
Yeah, 1 barrel of each.
Oh, fuck. They'll give you a deal for that. For the 2, it'll just be 40. Hagelin. It's at this point of shopping that Jani is kind of walking up behind you because he's looking for someone to dance with, and he sees off in the distance, Jani, a twin pair of tiger kindred who are currently street performing and dancing.
Ah.
What do you do?
Johnny walks up and casts Charm Person on him.
Okay. What's the save on that?
Hold on.
And I need you to post the spell for me.
Yeah, I am. Fuck it. We'll cast it at level 4. Alright, let's see here.
That just means you can target more people. It doesn't make the spell any stronger.
Oh, I know. It's just them, and if there's anybody close to them, they're all just gonna start dancing if this works.
I mean, it doesn't make them dance, but
Oh, I know. I'm just charming them so they'll listen to me. Where the fuck is the save? A wisdom saving throw. Advantage of your creature command if they fail. Those fail. Those all fail.
you don't know that. You don't. They have proficiency bonuses, sir. I'm just doing the base rolls at the moment, then I have to
It's
add up the extra shit.
17, by the way.
They have a +3, so the first one's an 18.
Son of a bitch.
The second one fails. Third one, 14, 15, 16, 17. That's a 17, so that matches the passes. And the third one, so you only charm, technically only charm one. And if they fail, do they know?
Let's see. If it fails, staying through it is charmed until the end of the day. The charmed creature regards friendly equipment or a spell.
It only knows when the spell ends.
The creature knows when it ends.
It doesn't really say whether it fails or not.
So the ones you targeted, 3 of them passed the save, so they're not charmed. But one of them is sort of eyeballing you from the side. One of the people that are standing around them has been clapping. They stop clapping and they turn and look at you and they say, "Hi, it's been a while." And they walk up and they shake your hand. It's one of the more lean, smaller female panther kindred.
Do you want to dance?
I mean, I was watching other people dance. I'm not a really good dancer.
Come on. I start dancing.
I mean, you're a really good dancer. Why don't you join them?
Come on. Let's go dance. Nat 20.
You're doing really good at dancing, but she's just like, I'm not. I'm all paws.
Here. I grab her paws. Just shake your hips back and forth.
You grab her paws and are moving them from side to side, and she looks a little like, but she just sort of lets you weave her paws back and forth.
I slowly start leading them towards it, and I go, hey, with the music.
Hey. She looks uncomfortable.
So it's all right. You could stand there and watch me dance then.
I'd love to.
Maybe if you start getting the groove, you can just start dancing right there.
Totally, but you should go join dance with the others. That way they all see you.
Start dancing towards them.
Yeah. She's ushering you in yeah, you'll do a good job. So you join the tiger performers, correct?
Yep.
Performance.
Good. Fuck, 14.
You see your charmed friend in the background just going crazy, going, "Woo, go!" The others are kind of eyeballing you from time to time, but they seem more interested in the tigers. And the tigers are kind of like cool, someone's joined in, so they're dancing with you.
Yeah, I don't care about any other people. I only care about dancing with the tigers. Just having a good time.
Yeah, they're all dancing. You're having a good time.
Woo!
Aahana, you see this in the distance.
Yeah. That's gonna be at a moment.
Are you done shopping? Or is there something else?
I mean, nothing else that I can think of. Hopefully everyone else does their shopping, though. If they want it. I shall go keep an eye on Jani to make sure he doesn't do anything.
Jani.
Wilk, are you just running around?
Getting them exercise, namely.
No, I know, but right now Lila is is it Lila?
Yeah.
I thought that was the fucking...
Iris, excuse me.
Thank you. Well, she's currently swimming in the swamp water, and you can just feel the leeches attaching to you right now. It's very unpleasant. However, she's having a time of her life. She's swimming and jumping out of the water and running through the mud like it's nothing. You're getting covered. There's fucking insects everywhere. It's horrible. But she's having the time of her life.
I'll try to hold out a little longer for her before switching to Brutus.
Do you hold out to the point where she finds a mud pool and she settles into it deep, just so you just only your shoulders are out, just the tops of your shoulders and your head, and her her snout and her eyes and the top parts of her horns. She's just in it. Are you holding out then?
When she's in there, I'll try to coax her a little bit. Come on, let's go get you cleaned off. Get these
You
leeches
hear
off
her
of us.
snort, and then she sinks fully. What do you do?
In Draconic. Sorry, just imagine just a slump. Iris, playdate's over. Back home.
There is no response. Are you still on her?
Yes. trying
You're
to
moving
move her.
forward slowly. You're up to your chin in the mud now because of how deep she sank. And you just sort of slither slowly forward and then stop.
Looking back, I'm gonna try to, like, fucking, Oh, let's see if I got any tricks here. Iris, you want pumpkin girl?
No response. You get the sensation that she's only probably hearing mumbling from above the mud.
I will literally message to her tiny amphibious brain. Single pumpkin revolving.
You see her head rise up so like a crocodile pop out, eyes open, stares back, her head turns, stares back at you, nostrils flares, mud flies everywhere, spattering your face.
I press to digitate the illusion of a tiny pumpkin in my hand, and I pretend to throw it back at shore. There's one that way, let's go get it!
I need you to make me an athletics check.
Yeah.
Because yes, while you're on a saddle that's enchanted so that you can't get dismounted very quickly. I want to see if your back gets hurt by the force. Oh. So, she somehow full body jumps out of the mud. Her wide, like almost fin-like tail, see probably what propelled her, because that's the last thing in the mud. And she like jump darts out of the mud to land after the imaginary pumpkin, and your body flaps back just from the sheer surprise of the movement. You didn't expect this. You expected like a swim to the edge, and you hit your shoulders on her sort of plated, spiked bottom that's on the like outside of the of the saddle, and you feel something little pop in there. Feel like you might have got a rib out of place. As she is now darting into the bushes trying to find this thing, you're flopping all over the place.
What the fuck? I'll be back.
I seek freedom from this muddy abyss.
What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna fucking try to get out of it.
Are you trying to get off the saddle?
I'm gonna, like, fling off of it, yeah.
You barrel roll, fling off the saddle, and roll into the brushes, and you're just laying there on your back, staring up at the fucking leaves, and you feel just leaves and grass and shit stuck to you everywhere. Everything feels like it's crawling slightly, and you just hear beside you the sound of a very, very upset Drake trying to find a pumpkin that's in the bush that doesn't exist.
As I'm choke coughing, I reach over and do a lesser restoration on myself to help with the rib pain.
You feel something shift back, and you feel better.
I get up, and to get rid of all the fucking mud and disease, I just explode in a fire shield briefly, just
The baked mud falls from you as you move.
cough, and I say, Iris, it's back in town. Come on, girl, I'll take you to it. I'll get you two. Come on.
Upon hearing two, the Drake barrel rolls out of the fucking bushes and like tackles you and just sort of like picks you up by her mouth and starts carrying you towards town.
Alright, I'll take her to town to get 2 pumpkins to spoil her.
You're not taking her, she's taking you.
I'll let her take me to town to get 2 pumpkins. I'll leave
creature is
via
stirring
signs
you.
by pointing. That way, that way, that way! Cut right, cut right!
Oswald,
Mhm.
amidst your hunt, where you think you see something in the distance and you're sneaking towards it, as you're moving into position to strike at whatever this fucking thing might be, a black drake bursts through the bush between you and whatever it is. You see it flee, and Wilk being carried by the jaws of this drake being barreling towards town. What do you do?
He's just like Spider-Man perched on like upside down on a branch, having flown up there. Our arm was cocked back to try out the bite from the chorus beast, and his head just watches Wilk go, and then he just goes back to hunting.
Okay. Roll survival
Checks out.
again.
He's got it.
Survival once more, thank you. You think you might have known where it went. You start going on the hunt once more.
Mm-hmm. I've actually built myself for stealth kind of this time.
Wilk, you skid into town. You see a bunch of like fucking cat kindred just sort of like jump out of the way as Iris looks around, pauses briefly, looks around. You just flopping in her mouth. She spots in the distance a familiar color that is, Aahana, and she just starts fucking bolting over. Aahana, you hear something trampling along right behind you.
Just stops. Still just carrying Dirg. Turns around.
You turn around in time to see a skidding to a halt Lila covered in mud. Just covered. She's like no longer purple and black. She's just brown. And there's a Wilk, semi-clean, dangling from her mouth.
Head slowly rises. 2-finger salute.
Well, at least that mud wasn't actually blood.
Don't play these games. Not this early.
What is all this going on here?
I promised her 2 pumpkins.
They don't
She got
sell
excited.
pumpkins.
Do they sell any form of gourd?
I found melons.
Which shop?
Hey. She's kind of like, they just kind of accost you. Just walk down that way. Or be carried down that way. Melon's down that way, girl.
She turns and waddles off.
Approaches shop in haste.
She notices melons and walks up and deposits you on the melon display.
Slowly slithers slightly off. Look towards owner.
Owner's looking at you.
2 of your largest melons, please. No pun intended.
That'll be two copper per.
Would have been better if they had giant melons themselves.
I give her 4 copper.
She gives you specifically ones that she's seen black dragons before, and she's like that thing, right?
Yeah.
You're gonna want these, and she gives you this sort of like greenish melon that has bands of like goldish looking around it.
Sounds good to me. And I take them and I just give them to her.
So she sniffs it and immediately it's like, that's not a pumpkin. She was raised elsewhere, right? But like natural instinct, and she finally like tries one, right? And as she bites into it, it sort of explodes in a reddish color that it's almost like blood. And you watch as her eyes get wide and her pupils pinprick, and she's immediately eating the other one as well. And then her tail's wagging, she wants more. People are in the street are having to like move out of the way of the tail.
It's like a Labrador from hell.
Are you going to be a good girl?
Eyes are narrowed.
Are you going to be the best girl?
She's staring at the melons.
Just imagine you hear in your head, my behavior is directly proportional to the amount of melons you feed me right this instant.
If I feed you 1 more, are you going to let me bathe you?
You hear her groan, like her fucking chest like inflates. Her like there's like a fucking like sack underneath her chin that like warbles a little bit, and she like turns away. It's like,
Slowly lifts a melon.
She's eyeballing it, but clearly it's not enough.
Slowly lifts 2 more melons.
With the 2 melons, she begrudgingly looks back and nods.
Alright, let's go.
Did you pay for those 2?
Yes.
Okay.
I'll get her spoiled and cleaned off, and then I'll go clean myself off, so that way I can ride a spider around the woods. And maybe, if he's made some fucking fire silk, do some trading.
Alright. So while you're handling that, Aahana, Jani is still dancing.
Jani also summons his giant jumping spider friend to dance with them.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you have a giant jumping spider next to you now. Its 2 legs lift up in the air and start waving back and forth as it moves from side to side.
Well, I'm just gonna. He seems to be doing good. I'm gonna walk away.
Alright.
I need to try and find food for my black mamba.
So you're looking for a rat vendor.
Yeah, something like that.
Uh,
It's not like she can go hunting while we're flying across the ocean.
there's a couple of places that looks like they might sell live animals, or just like butcher shops that might have you pick out what you want to kill before it's a whole thing. I don't see really rats, but does seem to be a plethora of like squirrels, some other small rodents that you don't quite recognize. Shit like that. Would you like to buy some of that? You wanting them live or non-live?
It's probably best to not keep them alive.
Alright. How many do you want?
Yeah. Let's see.
Just call it small rodent creature, whatever the fuck you've been storing.
Yeah.
Yes, a Mama's Delight.
Generic rodent.
Probably a dozen of them.
It'll be 5 silver per.
Yeah. Five times 12. 60! 60 silver. Which I think is 6 gold? No, I think I have that the wrong way.
60 silver is 6 copper.
6 copper, thank you. I will hand over 6 copper. I'll probably make my way back to the airship to get everything sorted and put up.
Sounds good. However, Deer in your hands is squirming a little bit. She looks like she wants a treat for being such a good girl of eating those barrels. Each one's always a struggle for her.
Oh, yeah. I'm gonna set her down and just be like, find something you want and I will buy it for you.
You see her little tail wag, and in excitement, she almost falls over when she spins around, and she runs off.
No, I chase her. As fast as I
As you
can.
chase her, she drags you over to what looks to be a bug vendor. It sells a bunch of rather large insects, and she seems to be staring at a container that houses a rather large amount of big, juicy, like super worms.
Oh. How much for that container?
The entire container? Is
Well-
what the vendor's asking, like, what the fuck?
She looks at Derek. Do you want the entire container?
Derek looks at you and like licks her lips.
Yes.
Yes,
Lick-
the
lick-
entire
lick-
container.
Yes.
He'll sell it to you for what appears to be a copper.
No. I shall hand over a copper. I'm like, let's get back to the ship and you can eat on these in peace, okay?
They seem happy.
I'm like, I'm not gonna make her eat the container, so I'm just carrying it back as we both just walk back to the...
They're running circles around you while you're slithering.
We may quite
Alright.
the sight, I'm sure.
Jani, are you still dancing?
Yeah, he's like that video I posted. He's like doing that to the spider, like more energy, more passion, more footwork.
Alright. The spider is trying its best. Oswald, roll me a d21.
Okay, D21.
Get closer to Mike again.
$21.
You've fought these before. In the distance, you see a Zorbo.
Eyes go wide. I remember I fought it before and I got its best ability, but I don't know what else they have, so... I guess I will make I'll try to sneak up on it, so I guess a stealth check.
Sure.
Where is stealth? I have advantage because I have the camouflage thing equipped. I am really lagging today. What the hell? 15.
With a 15, you seem to be sneaking up on it just fine. It hasn't noticed you. It seems to be eating some leaves on the forest floor.
And once I get within 15 feet of it,
A 16? Right.
18 because it's 16 plus 2. Plus 2 is from my stone.
So 18?
Yep.
That'll hit.
Alright. That is 25 piercing. If it's still alive, it is auto-grappled.
No, it's dead. So roll your stone.
Uh, 3, but I get advantage because I was fighting it. Alright, I got something.
Do you have magical resistance?
Yes. Well, it depends. Is it magical resistance is an advantage on all magical effects?
Yes.
Yeah, I have that. I got it from Aahana. I believe the only thing I have from it specifically is its armor ability.
Yep. You get destructive claws.
Hey!
Nice.
You also gain 100 XP.
Hey, alright. Copy text, there we go. I will sort that out later. I'll just throw it in a thing on my sheet.
Wilk, where are you trying to bathe the girl?
I imagine it's not a good place to bathe here. So, the stable, namely.
How are you trying to bathe the girl?
A combination of a bucket of the bath water and prestidigitation.
So the hay and the entire stables is getting drenched in mud water, right?
Just as you'd always want.
Alright. Aahana, you get home around the time you hear a very angry scraping, scratching sound coming from the stables and Wilk saying, "Calm down!"
You should have bought more pumpkins. I mean, melons.
He hasn't fed her yet.
Oh,
It's a
well.
reward for after. She's too smart to, not take the pumpkins and run anyway.
That's fair.
She's eyeballing now the fucking exit. Wilk. She's quote unquote clean, but she's eyeing the exit like she wants to go back into the swamp. And she's just like a dog that's gonna get muddy all over again.
I'll give I'll throw the melons to the back of the stable and exit.
Alright. You hear the scrabbling, scratching of a drake trying to get the melons. As the door slams behind you. The hallway is covered in muddy water.
Just gonna get Deerg inside and start feeding her worms.
She takes 5 before she falls over and falls asleep.
Bub belly.
There's
And I
about
don't even know-
1,000 in that barrel, by the way.
I need to figure out where to put this. Maybe Aelin's room. What? He wants the nature shit.
Hey, you're not wrong. Lufa!
How does Lufa respond to being called?
Dan had to BRB.
Ah. Lufa pops her head in.
I know it's a mess right now. Don't worry about it until I get Brutus back, just in case he remakes the mess.
She's just staring at the floor.
Look, we both know you can see everything without having to
Draws
direct your
on
eyes
paper, folds it in half, slaps on top, angry eyebrows at you.
Pretty much.
What are you talking about? She can just illusion them onto her own face.
True.
She pulls out a spoon, points it at her eyes, points it at you, points it at her eyes, points it at you, slowly backs into the hallway.
Goes to Brutus, opens web hole,
All you see is web.
takes obsidian dagger, slices open.
You slice open a flap.
Brutus, you want to go do some zoomies?
Do you peel back the flap?
Yes.
You peel back the flap to see Brutus upside down in like a little cocoon up on the ceiling. Eyeballs staring at you. The entire room is just covered in a layer of the silk. There is no wood anymore, it's just silk.
It's a lot warmer out there, buddy.
He just stares at you.
Wanna get some zoomies. Lifts up saddle. His saddle.
He crawls out and down.
In Dwarvish. I'm not gonna do an accent. Just painful Kindred accent in Dwarvish. Hey, man! Let's go jump around some trees, buddy. Come on. I'll step in to saddle him.
Alright, you saddle him.
I jump on. Ride him out. And then I think...
The door to the outside opens, the wave of humidity hits him, and he recoils.
I'll keep a focus on prestidigitating the saddle to be cool.
She doesn't care about the warmth. He seems to not enjoy the humidity. That said, though, he does, after the initial recoil, sort of like crawl out there, turns like a full like 360, and then leaps onto a nearby tree.
Full 360. How heavy is Brutus technically? Would you say, or is Brutus actually conceivably light considering?
He's a bug, technically.
Spiders
That's a
don't
lot of
have bones in their
exoskeleton.
legs. I don't know why I said that.
Would I be able to lift Brutus conceivably?
No.
Would
Aahana,
Aahana?
maybe. If she got to 20, maybe. It wouldn't be easy. He's also just big, you know? He's a large creature.
I won't break my wings then by letting him glide around. By saying jump and then just extend it.
By the way, though, as he's jumping from tree to tree, like you're not sure where he's kind of not sure where you want him to go, but there is that trail of like that really like glimmery black silk behind him. Is it black? What did I call it?
We said it was black originally, and you
Yeah,
changed
that's
it
what I was
to
wondering.
white.
I was just gonna make it white. Oh yeah, because of the stars thing. Yeah, all right. I'll fucking hammer this shit home one day when I do the bestiary. Fuck's sake.
I'll direct him to bigger trees to just jump around and really get some energy out and skitter about.
Oh yeah, you just leave this large trail of silk behind him. Villager is concerned. It's great. He doesn't seem too energetic. He doesn't really like the humidity. But he is happy that you're spending time with him.
I'll give him good Gardoon scritchies. And towards the end of the day, I'll take him into town to get a giant treat.
What treat are you gonna give him? They have that specialized diet member.
They do. But I imagine, like, a little bit of live prey would do some good as well. Like
They've
a
never
possum
had
or
it.
something.
So what are you gonna try to feed this thing? It doesn't want to go on the mud, by the way. It's staying up in the house. This thing wants to stay clean, and it's already kind of like got the like his little hairs are just drenched and covered in like dewdrops.
If he's just miserable about it, I'll clean him off towards the end then if he doesn't want to, like, touch the ground.
He doesn't want to touch the ground still.
I'll give him a good, like, brushy cleaning and then see if Aahana managed to find some good food for them.
Oh, so you're gonna go back to the home instead?
Yeah, because you said he'd rather just go to the house.
Oh yeah, like he happily goes back to the house, goes inside back into his room. Like you don't even have to coax him. This is not his climate.
Yeah, better than the cold, though.
Yeah. So you find Aahana scritching the belly of the good girl.
And also just a giant container of worms next to her.
Big worms, like the size of your hand.
I'll take over treating deer if you wanted to go and do some small hunting. But, did you find anything for the Gardooms, the shooting stars?
Couldn't find anything for them, sadly enough.
You guys have no idea what they might eat outside of the feed that they're given.
We need to try and figure out if they have a wider diet than what we know. Because if not, we're gonna have to keep heading back to places that have it and stocking up big time. I'm meaning like a year at a time, basically.
I might have a few spell slots to burn, but I know somebody. I'll like lift my head up. Let me find their name real quick. I record way too much shit. Let's see here. That's House Coreheart. Alright, there we go. Mr. Gravel Smoke, it's Wilk, the wolf kindred you met. I wanted to know if the Gardoom had other dietary treats they would enjoy besides the feed.
What you get back is very measured, sort of, oh, it's nice to hear from you. I'm not 100%. We've been doing this for generations. However, I'm trying to think of the proper words for this, sorry.
No, it's fine.
Soft insects without carapaces might work? And that's, he can't send you anymore.
I'll burn one more just to tell him my appreciation, then to generally ask if he's having a good time, and hopefully he is.
What he sends you back is still business, because he's now, like, pondering himself. What you get back is, he doesn't know much more, but he can do some research into the family history.
Alright. I'll relay that to Aahana. We might keep an eye open for any, like, giant slimy bugs. More like, maybe giant, like, slugs or isopods without their,
As you say that, Wilk, you're staring down at the worms.
We could try worms. There's thousands in this thing. Can you believe this barely cost me, like, any copper?
Are these, like, actual, like, small worms, or are they, like fist worms?
Remember when I said they're the size of your hand?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's how thick they are. Long-wise, they're about the size of Ahana's arm. These are big boys. That's why Dirg is on her back.
Looking over. Maybe. Do you think
I mean, grab one, take it to
It's Brutus.
Brutus. Sorry. I was trying to combine like 3 different names into one. And see if he eats it. I'm sure he's got to be hungry after all the running you guys just did.
Yeah. I'll take like 5, a fistful, and try one at a time, but if he likes it, he'll get
the size of your hand. You can't take a fistful.
You just drape them over your arm and walk in there. It's very uncomfortable. You don't like the feeling of them. What do you do once you get in there?
Worming against you.
I open the door. I lower web flap. Brutus. I wiggle giant wormy thing.
He's up in his cocoon. He's just staring at you and the worms. He has no idea what the fuck you have.
I throw it to like get stuck right at the base of the cocoon in front of him.
As you do that, you see him twitch as if like some instinctual thing kicks in, but then he's just like confused.
In Dwarvish, I'm just like, give it a nibble, lad.
Just Aahana behind him, pointing at her fangs and chomping.
You see his little like, you see him like inch out and like reveal that he has a mouth with no fangs.
Oh, how do they eat?
They gum on the feed you give them.
Yeah, they're defanged mounts, and bred to not have fangs.
But eventually, he walks, he sort of like crawls out towards the thing. He pokes it, recoils when it moves.
Try swallowing.
You see his little pedipalps reach down, grab the thing, and just kind of shoves it into his mouth. He just stares at you as he does this.
I'm going to inside to see if he's enjoying it. Or if he knows if he's enjoying it.
You can't tell. But he is eating it.
I'll hold another one, see if he reacts.
He eyeballs it, and you see that there's still like a tail sticking out, but you watch as like his mandibles move a little bit, and then there's a gush of fluid, and then you see his eyes like twinkle, and he reaches out and grabs another one.
I'll throw the rest in there for a bit, let him have a little treat.
He'll eat.
And I'll like close the cocoon web at first, and then like close the door and give Aahana a thumbs up. Looks like he likes it.
Nice. I'm sure he'll probably prefer the pellets, or who knows, maybe he will just enjoy the worms. But I mean, we can
You
try
know
and
for
give him
sure the
one.
pellets have the nutrition required.
Yeah,
You don't know if the worms do, but the worms will help for now.
basically do
treat.
it like a little treat every once in a while, like the pumpkins for the drakes.
Yeah, they don't really have. I'm guessing the worms don't got much for calcium, and they do have like shells and all that sort of thing to chitin on them. So.
But we do need to find somewhere to get some pellets because we've got less than 2 months. And
Well,
we're going to be doing a lot of traveling, so let's hope.
We are further than 2 months from any dwarf area, so maybe an orc area might have some since they trade with the dwarves to a degree. Or
Oh yeah,
I start making my own.
do we want to try and set up one of these rooms as like one of the animal rooms so they can all sleep in it and hang out and whatnot?
Maybe not. The weight distribution might get to the bird a little bit, even if the building does move.
I mean, me and you are on one side and it's just Aelin on the other.
I mean, you have a point.
I mean, for like Deer and the Eldronga and whatnot, if they want to like just all pack up into a room and sleep
The
together.
guest room.
Yeah, throw a whole bunch of
Definitely.
pillows on the floor like my bedroom is, and just let them sleep in it.
I was
Because
thinking
Deer
about
just sleeps
animal
out
bed.
here on the floor.
Sometimes I'll let Deer sleep in my room, but that's because Deer just likes some soft stuff now and again. But yeah, we could probably set up a room for it.
I'm back, and I do want to mention the last time you went through Oswald's room, you saw his Eldronga actively sleeping on pet beds he bought for them
Yeah.
in his room.
Yeah, but like also the Eldronga have just attached to Deer sometimes. There's nothing wrong with having a pet room.
Yeah.
Wilk,
And
you
if you
do
don't
think
move
you might
them,
have
then
hit
that's
on
what you're
something
doing.
there. You could deconstruct the pellet and try to figure out if you can make your own.
Yeah, I have the alchemy tools. If I can just figure out what's in the pellets, maybe I can just find ways to sprinkle the worms in them, and they might be good for a while. I think I'll spend the rest of the day doing that then.
Alright.
Not much daylight left, but I can at least figure out some tricks here. Spread it out, ration it.
Jani! After a time, your friend gets less enthusiastic and she actually almost looks angry. In the middle of you dancing and having fun with your friend, she walks up and slaps you across the face and storms off.
Ow. Okay then. That just ruined the moment. Hops on Spider's back. Yeah.
Spider wanders off.
Oh man, the person I brainwashed into liking me stopped liking me. That ruined my moment.
Where are you going, Johnny?
Well, the Spider wanders off. I guess I'm just gonna follow where the Spider goes because I want its back.
You can direct it, but if you're not, what are you doing?
Alright, Spider. Find them monkeys.
Okay. Oswald, as you're heading back from your kill, quote unquote, you do see a Jani heading east through the trees of the jungle on the back of a spider.
Tempted to just let it be, then realizes I don't know this one well enough. Flies after. Hey Johnny, you okay?
Monkey.
Where?
Monkey army.
Monkeys
Dancing
aren't
mon-
endemic to this reason.
Dancing
Region.
monkey army.
You
Hi
can't
ho,
teach monkeys to dance if there's no
Silver.
monkeys. There are Zorbos.
He's just at this point just bouncing on the spider, completely ignoring.
You know what? Not my problem. flies back.
All right. And with that, I think we're gonna take that quick break.
I'll be back. Here.
I am back. I am alone, it seems.
No.
Oh, I see. You just wait. You don't even
Nope.
welcome me back.
Mm-mm. I have calzone and French fry.
Congratulations.
Yep. Oh, bro.
And return.
Welcome back.
Dank.
He left his Gardoom with his mother, right?
What?
Oswald.
I think so.
And Piggy, you still have yours?
She's not back, I don't think.
Ah. Okay. Well, and before you ask, hun, yes, there is a Avengers Guild here. There's one in every town.
Noise.
I am back.
Welcome back.
Shit. Forgot a fork. I am actually back this time.
Welcome back.
Welcome back this time.
My stepdad is having a field day up there.
That's weird considering it's indoors.
He was a Marine that was stationed in Beirut during the Beirut bombing, like the original one. And apparently a friend of his called saying, "Hey, I found this guy claiming to be one of the Marines or claiming to be a Navy SEAL that was buried in the rubble for a couple days that your company helped dig out." And the guy is completely fucking faking, so oh boy, he is calling a bunch of his friends to, well, ruin this guy's day.
Good. Stolen glory should be punished.
Mm-hmm.
By being
Worst part is
tied
the
with
guy's like,
their
"Oh yeah,
hands
I was a
close to the front
Navy
lines."
I was a Navy SEAL in the Marine barracks that was buried under the rubble for 3 days. No one survived under there more than 2 days. There was not a single person that survived by the 3rd day. Worst part is he actually fooled the government. They sent him a medal.
Oof.
Apparently you can just go and say like, "You know how I'm old? Yeah, I was in this place." How do we know? All the records got burned at one point, so you don't know. Which is a thing. All the records for a large part of people that were in Beirut got burned in a fire at one point.
Sure, they'll give random stolen valor assholes medals for free, but they won't even treat the people who actually went there with any kind of medication or treatments.
They'll give him a medal for free, but when my stepfather goes, "Hey, you know how there's a report that somebody threw me out of a moving truck going 40 miles an hour directly onto concrete and I landed on my knees?" "Yeah." "And you know how my knees are fucked up?" "Yeah." "They're correlated." "No, there's no correlation between that. That can't possibly be." "We know we admitted that your left knee was fucked up, but your right knee got fucked up for a completely different reason, not us." I think what they need to do is just for a year remove the protection. Because did you know that the VA doctors have protection against being sued for malpractice?
Of course they do. No wonder
Yeah.
it's such a terrible fucking
So
service.
if you go in for a broken arm and they cut off your leg, there's nothing you can do.
Just waiting on Pinky now, yeah?
I believe so.
Hey, Peppers. You there?
I mean, he was.
Peppers, I found a new fucked up whiskey.
Oh.
It's
What?
called Elvis Midnight Snack. It is peanut butter, banana, and bacon flavored.
Does it also taste like ODing on a toilet?
No, it just tastes like banana.
Oh.
It's his famous midnight snack, which was a peanut butter, banana,
Excuse
and
me.
bacon grease sandwich.
Ugh. Yeah, I've had somebody's rendition of that.
I just want to have an
Yeah.
Elvis Po' Boy sandwich or whatever, or Fool's Gold Loaf, or whatever the thing was, where you get a big long loaf of Italian bread, hollow it out, 2 jars of peanut butter, 3 jars of jelly, and then like just a pound of bacon, and you just eat the whole thing. And I'm like, no fucking wonder he was a fat ass.
The peanut butter to bacon ratio seems off to me.
Pound of cooked bacon.
Yeah, that's what I meant though.
But 1 pound of cooked bacon is like 4 pounds of uncooked bacon. That man was one of the closest things to a real-life Dungeons and Dragons character that could possibly exist. Yeah, he was technically an honorary cop in like over 100 different counties. He just wanted to be, and if Elvis walks into your station and asks for a badge, the fuck are you supposed to do to not give him a badge?
I'm back.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Alright. Oswald, or Pinky, you still have your Gardoon, correct?
Yes.
Which, by the way, she's now about half the size of the Dirg.
I was assuming that for a little while now she has been too big to sit on my head.
Yeah. At this point, she's also refusing food except for once a week.
Just like squints eyes. I'm gonna assume you know what's best for yourself.
She just
And
leaves like
maybe-
half eaten, half sucked on, like shit everywhere. It's just. She only eats one full one a week. And as for Brutus, you know it's always been one every other week.
Yeah, they don't need to be fed
Alright.
often.
I'm just imagining though Aahana being like one of those stubborn dog owners that has like a 300-pound dog. It's like, it's still a lap dog. She just still like grabs the giant corgi-sized spider, still puts it on top of her head.
I'm sure when she's like walking around the house and whatnot, Gar still just sits on her head. She has to like do a whole balancing act thing.
She has an
To make sure
entire
she's-
cocoon, like, hold up thing in the corner of your room. It's her favorite spot.
At one point, one of us was just like, "Oh my god, did you get hit by an aging spell? What? Your whole hair looks white." Oh,
Oswald, you make it back up in there in time to see them talking about this big barrel of large worms.
No,
that's
these
a lot
aren't
of
for you.
worms. I don't think they're for me.
Stairs
By
at.
the way,
See, Derek is on her back, catatonic.
I thought you might be able to get some alchemical ingredients from this Hans Zorbo corpse.
Huh, we haven't seen one of these in a long time.
Yeah, I'm a little confused how they managed to be in both these places. I guess someone probably kept it as a pet. Because last time we saw one, it was all the way over in the Forbidden Woods.
Well, it's a Zorbo. They're pretty travel heavy in a way.
Looks at dead feral koala bear. I refuse to believe this thing can swim across the ocean.
Grabs. Well, I might be able to figure something out about it.
by the way, Aahana,
Yeah?
Jani was charging off into the woods on the back of a spider, chanting "Dancing Monkey Army" over and over again, despite me telling him there's no monkeys here. So, he was gone that way last I saw.
Alright.
So what do you guys want to do now?
Goes over to Sapphire, opens door. Do you want to just stay in your stall? I don't know how much you'd like hot and humid.
As you open the door, she just recoils.
Okay. Pats on head. Closes door. Can someone throw her a melon later? Heads out.
Melons?
Yeah, we
She's
have
just not
melons
going to
now.
dislike them.
Well, yeah. Safi is a different thing.
Alright,
She's
are
a
you
salamander.
flying up towards finding Jani?
Yeah.
Alright, we're breaking over to Jani. Jani! You've been moving for a while. Unfortunately, your spider isn't the fastest creature. That
Hmm.
said, you have seen quite a few creatures as you've traveled. Like a couple packs of like smaller raptor-looking things. But you're hearing a stomp in the distance, and I don't know if you're feeling concerned or not, but there's definitely something big and out there.
Goes towards the stomp.
You go towards the stomp and you see a large, almost T-Rex-esque looking creature with frills and fins and big red eyes, and it's staring at you. Aahana, that's when you see him.
Animal friendship.
It fails automatically.
Fuck. Beast spawned.
Like, be my fucking friend,
It
please.
automatically fails.
Fuck.
Obey my commands, inferior creature! No. Fuck!
I guess I'm gonna head down to land.
You land next to him just as this large creature, which looks a little bit like what Oswald described he saw outside of his town. A crested Feldrake.
Oh,
Which, from what you could tell, it was a intelligent creature.
in Draconic, she's gonna go, hello, sorry about my friend.
You see his head cocked to the side. You hear him huff, and his fins sort of like that were standing on end go down. He's like, "Keep your friend under control." Back at you in Draconic before stomping away.
Wait, I
Looks
had
down.
Charm Monster too.
Looks down at Jani. That's an intelligent Feldrake.
Oh, he's rude.
Do you know Draconic?
Nope.
Oh.
I know Celestial. Some reason.
Because you have a close bond with the creature, with the spirit of nature that made your species.
That makes sense. The raptor Jesus that keeps telling me to give him fried chicken and be blessed.
Chicken's good, dude.
We probably need to head back. It's starting to get late in the evening.
Is Spider small enough to crawl on her?
Technically, Spider is smaller than you. I've just been letting this go.
That poor Spider.
You know,
It's just like my
because your
back.
summoned beast is not the biggest.
That's probably why I didn't get very far.
Speaking of beast, where the fuck's my mallard?
You
Where
left
the
him up on the thing.
Have the duck is just chilling in the bath still, isn't
Yep.
it? It's enjoying every bit of it.
Yep.
There's so much poop in that bath water now.
In her defense, she had a near-death experience, so, you know. Viola did the same thing.
Johnny realizes you're smaller than me, aren't you, little spider?
The spider collapses.
Yeah. I'm just gonna dismiss you. Go away.
It
Be free.
dismisses.
Poof. Carry me, mother. Holds up arms. Uppies.
Just
No,
takes the up underneath his shoulders.
put me in your bosom.
just holding you out at arm's length, starts
Up.
going back.
Grab your
You
hands.
fly back with Jani in your hand.
He's stretching as far as he can.
You are all back. Though some of you are not in the bath as you stay.
Did you find your monkey? Oh wait, we're on the actual map.
Yes.
Wait,
Get close to your mic again.
I was going far away on purpose that time.
so stupid as he thinks. I could have just made a monkey.
The spirit of the exhausted spider.
Fuck it.
Shudders.
Monkey dance party!
I mistook Johnny for an Dronga for a second. I was like, why can't I move this?
Dance party!
Just have a whole bunch of monkeys in the house dancing. Alright, I guess.
Luson breaking it down.
Okay, dancing with the Durg.
Dirg is asleep.
She ate a lot of worms.
The plant cat thing is dancing too. What is it?
Luson,
Yeah, we're dancing. It's just
Fine
a
panther.
bunch of ghost monkeys and we're just dancing. Can there be like a magical crystal ball that just appears?
that would take something like a illusion or lesser conjuration. What was it? Some of you have it. Not thaumaturgy, it's prestidigitation, right? To make a small thing like that.
Yeah. Palm
technically-
sized.
He's just imagining the fabled disco ball he was told about in that the dwarves have.
Alright. What are the rest of you doing though while he's having a dance party in the back?
Me and Susie are doing some science on the fucking pellet.
Roll your tools.
I can't, I swear.
One of the Eldronga just gestures to the chair like, you want to sit here?
I don't need a chair.
16.
Nods.
He forever sits.
I am own seat.
Her back never hurts.
What are you two discussing up there?
Oh, me and Oswald?
Lufa is just trying out some dishes that she kind of was able to make for gluttony, but she couldn't get a good read on gluttony because it seemed like she just loved everything. So she's just trying to recreate dishes, and Oswald and the Eldronga are eating them.
Alright.
Food
What
is
are you doing,
offered to Aahana if she wants it.
Yes, she'll take a plate. She's gonna walk up to Oswald, take a seat at the table. He's like, so, technically on our way back to your mom is the Black Dragons.
Oh. Yeah, no, I realize it. Like, look, you saw the shit we dealt with. I wanted to go home, but like, I'm okay. We can go do the dragon thing. Not really anything else to do.
Yeah, we'll have to swing by, see if they're gonna put us through a trial like the Red Dragons did.
Oh, they most definitely will. Though I'm worried, like, so Wilk had gluttony, puts up air quotes, reset our what did she say? Reputation
Reset your
with that
faction reputation.
What does that mean? And do we just pretend like they're the first people we went to, or will
I
they be
think
fine with us saying that they were the second? Like, I don't understand how this works.
I think what she did was essentially erase any upsetness they might have felt about us going to the Black Dragons first.
I mean the Red
Good.
Dragons.
Red Dragon, god damn it.
I had ideas on how to try and maybe sell it, but like obviously nothing I said would have fully convinced them because not that convincing.
Yeah.
My best
Well-
idea was to say that we had decided they were more important, so we wanted to do a practice run with the Reds first.
Well, we'll just sit down and we'll just have to see how they act. I mean, we can just basically act as if though they're the first ones we've got. Well, we have no reason to sit there and be like, hey, we're coming to you after the red dragons. Can you come to this island?
Yeah, so I guess we'll have to go find them. Well, it's a good thing we're going to be staying here. I just kind of went off and hunted the first random thing I saw this time, but probably going to start hunting down those specific healing creatures I heard about in this area.
I don't have much time here, Oswald.
Oh, we're staying in the
we said
swamp area. We're going to the black dragons. They're in the swamp.
yeah, I don't know how much time that's really gonna take for flying over there. You won't be able to hunt during the day.
Yeah, I know, but it's not like we're gonna go do it in 5 minutes.
I mean, it also depends on what their trial is for us.
I highly doubt it'll take less than a day.
We just get there and they're like, jump into this hole that sends you to a different dimension.
All I know is I need to start getting some more healing abilities, because I only have 2. And this holds up med pack can only go so far.
You could always try whenever we go into any of the bigger towns to see if anyone's selling medical practices. I don't know how I'm trying to say that.
I know enough for, combat dressing. It's that non-magical healing has a limit on the battlefield. If I wanted to devote myself more to that, I'd have to go back home and train under Mom for a bit to learn how she did it, but I want to follow the path of a Primalist.
Well, I meant like scrolls and whatnot.
Yeah, I guess. You said medical. I assumed you meant like actual medicine.
I then also followed that up with I have no idea how I'm trying to say this. So
That's me half the time, so yeah.
While
I mean,
you
we
two
could
are
try
arguing.
and see like a
We're
like a
trying to argue who's
grenade
worse at talking.
potion or something. I don't know. We could go to the gnomes and look around.
We'll get back to you too. Wilk,
Susie
so
and her
you've
science
broken down
drugs.
this pellet. You're not sure what any of this is, though.
Looking to Susie, who's been helping me make anything in the book in terms of what some of these minerals look like or potential.
I mean, I don't know how to see the minerals. It's just mash!
Well, this mineral raises during the heat up process. This one is heavier and thus would stay. So we're trying to get. We don't care so much about the mush of the actual creature that was ground up in it. We need the vitamin part of it.
How the fuck are you supposed to find that out? Do you have chemicals for that shit? Like, is there a way to see the things down in the... I can't see that.
Right. So, go back to that page. Flip into, like, the elemental page. These elements, these numbers right here are, in a nutshell, the weight of it. What you need to do whenever doing chemistry like this is, I'm going to separate...
Half of these are the same weight. What are you talking about?
Yes, then we test it further, essentially. Obviously, I don't think he's going to be eating, mithril, but he's probably eating iron.
You don't know that.
Yes, but that's what this is for. So, as I'm separating, like, in between, like, the broken down mush into separate vessels, just piece by piece.
How are you separating it?
With, a bidet.
What?
The, chemical glass tool. Basically, I'm doing chemical tools to separate it slightly, and like the mash into separate vials. I'm going to be like...
What is the difference between the vials?
Explaining to Susie. We're going to heat them all up, and this will help weed out specific weights, because some of them differentiate based off of the heat. Some even glow blue whenever they heat up, but mainly, depending on how high it rises through
You're
the
just
tube,
gonna burn
helps
it
with
without
density.
putting any chemical in there to keep it from not, like water? But that would just contaminate. You're crazy. This is not gonna work.
I don't have the water in there yet. Take separate
So
tools.
you are contaminating it.
Dink. It's easy to weed out water from minerals. We already weighed the density of the pellet itself, and if we
Roll
get the...
intelligence.
Using guidance on myself. Wait, that was the wrong roll.
Damn, guidance gives you a 20.
23.
Now roll your tools.
$19.
Dex saving throw.
With a +2, because Susie's near me. 19.
You only take half damage. You take 1 force damage as one of the vials, as you're heating it up, you heat it up a little too fast, and it explodes.
That's
Which,
why we
honest
always
to
wear
God,
eye
sets off
protection.
and that's which honestly sets off the others, which were already unstable. Because what you can see just from watching them heat up is that several of them were. There was too much. There was 2 different things, or some more than one thing in a vial, and you haven't separated it out enough. There's more than 4 things, and you haven't been able to differentiate that yet. I'm going off your initial roll to see how all of this, the rest of this has turned out, and what you're going to get from it, by the way, above game. Just so you don't think I'm just fucking you in your great rolls. These last rolls have been great, which is why you're learning this much that you are. 4 vials wasn't enough. You need to find a way to refine your classification process before you try to heat things up like that.
Looking like Susie on it. Okay, so that's pretty common. Sometimes things oxidize and then they mix in the wrong way because of
In the other room, because the doors were open, you guys hear an explosion coming from the direction of Wilk.
Rollock spazzes, wakes up.
Forgot where Rook's room was.
You just
Everything
see, you just see Wilk messing with one of the pellets in his hand. Yeah,
There's There's weird gross shit all over the place and broken glass.
De-engineering this. I'm gonna need a couple of hints though, as he starts kind of appraising the pellet.
What are you de-engineering?
The food. I'm trying to see if there's ways we can supplement other food, like the worms for the Gardoom, for easier, feeding them. There's not a lot of places that sell their stuff.
My mom made some of that for us. She knows how to make it.
Huh. Use your sending stone and write down what she has on it, because these might be a little different. Regardless, but I can go off of that, and that would help. If I can find out some of the guaranteed minerals in this, I can get a little better vibe.
He steps
Portions.
aside, pulls out his stone. Hey, Mom, Wilk's blowing himself up trying to figure out how to make the garum spider feed. Do you... I think you remember... I remember you saying you know how to make it. You just give me a quick ingredient list.
No, I just know some of the dwarves, actually.
Oh,
So it's
okay.
this. It's basically, so... Who wants to write this down?
I will. Hold on. Let me get my notes up.
So you're going to want to find a way to powder some calcium. So she recommends boiled bones, eggshells, shit like that. You're going to need like 4 parts that. 4 parts basically powdered calcium of some sort.
4 parts. Alright.
Then you're going to need at least 2 parts phosphor. Phosphor. That's the way to say it.
Phosphor, like P-H-E-R, or
Yep.
F-O-R?
PHER. Half part magnesium.
1/2 part magnesium.
4 parts iron, but from a source that is an animal, so blood usually is a good way. and that should also supply the copper.
Copper. Right.
And then some sort of vegetable matter. She recommends rotting leaf.
All right.
Yeah, that'll do it.
He just turns back around. He was literally sitting there with a page out of his book with the fucking stone nestled in his shoulder like a phone. Hands you the piece of paper.
Copper, magnesium, and iron. You know what? Hold on. Goes, digs around some of his notes. Ah, yeah, right here. Yeah, you see, like, scripts from Dwayne's gnome page. You see fucking the alchemy page, and you see, like, the herbalist page all lined up. This is perfect. Spinach. And of
Spinach would
course,
work.
mix in some calcium from that Zorbo, and we're golden.
If you do spinach, you're gonna want to reduce the amount of iron from the.
Oh yeah,
the animal
spinach is
blood.
very
Spinach
iron
is
heavy.
Really high, so you're gonna have to find some natural copper.
Yes, but the spinach has a lot of copper and magnesium in it, so I would just have to sift out the iron because iron's heavier than both of those minerals.
Oh, well, if it has all three, you don't even need the animal blood. You could just use the
bones.
spinach.
And the main source would be the phosphor next.
Yeah, I don't quite remember what phosphor is, so you're on your own with that one.
It's what exploded.
Yeah, that checks out. I didn't see a sizzling, so I didn't think there was sodium mixed in there properly, or at least enough, but now we got this.
Aahana, what are you doing? Just standing there staring at him?
Like,
This nerd.
don't keep blowing up the bedroom because you're right next to me.
It's not gonna be a big explosion. It's gonna be a big explosion.
Jani, are you still dancing?
As long as the monkeys can keep up.
You are getting tired. It is evening now. And after an hour, the monkeys did disappear.
Johnny's trying to dance the pain away.
Your little legs don't want to keep moving.
Falls to his knees, still dancing with his arms.
Johnny,
Sadness in his eyes.
are you doing all right?
Yeah, totally. As he starts shaking his head, no.
Just reaches down and picks him back up.
Goes limp.
Come on, something to eat might make you feel better.
I saw Leafy phase through a wall and I'm hunting him down.
Nah, you heard him meow. You heard the meowing coming from the log.
Oh. I was like, where the fuck did he go? You
Wolf
okay in
will
there,
now
Leafy?
be powdering calcium.
You see here. You see the glowing eyes from within the log.
Were you running from Jani?
You just throw me on the table or something?
Jani, get off the table. Stop
can't-
standing in Lufa's food.
I can't move. I
No,
had the
Aahana
boogie
would
fever.
keep carrying you.
No, what he did was he jumped out of your arms, stomped on the table, laid down, and claimed he couldn't move.
Bappies at the log. Bappies.
Is on top of,
Babbies.
I'm guessing, a loaf of bread or something.
You're in the middle of like a bunch of different. You're laying on like a sampler platter.
With all his strength, he moves his head without moving any of his limbs and starts eating food. Just like like Pac-Man, like
Lufa raises a spoon. Oswald raises a hand. You see a ghostly visage of the.
Aahana reaches
chorus.
over and she puts her hand over Johnny and she looks at them and she kind of just shakes no. Like it's a little annoying, but he did just lose a bunch of people and he's going through it right now. Let him eat some and then I'll take him to go sleep.
Lufa gestures to the 5 plates he's laying across. Like, look at what he ruined with his sweaty lizard body.
He's literally eating.
Point
His,
Oswald. He eats rotting corpses. It'll be fine.
Points at the old Drongo, holds up a piece of paper. They don't. One of the
We
old Drongo
literally
in
fed
Abyssal.
one of them trash.
One of them in Abyssal, like, actually, we literally eat all matter. Bonks with spoon. Don't undermine my point.
And I'm not gonna complain either. So the only person here who can't eat anything, is not complaining. Just let him go through this, please. We did the same thing for Oswald. He didn't lay on tables of food, but we let him go through it.
Just pushes you back towards the pink Oldronga to give room for his own plate.
Aahana's like just picking up some food and letting you eat it.
he's just like lizard eating it, like swallowing it all whole. It's like, oh,
By the way, I just found something that I forgot to ever check back up on. Shay, those desaturated magical items we got from the weird desaturated creatures, is the one that I have, the stone scarab, is it back to being colored, or?
I have no idea.
Oh, alright.
Did I write down at all what they would turn into?
No?
No, you just told me what it was, and that if we kept them around, they would eventually unfuck.
I hope I turned down what they were on your sheet.
Yeah, because I've got a few of those gray things too.
I know it was supposed to take a while, so it may not be yet, but I do need to figure out what they were.
Also, we have all these barrels of ore and whatnot. Do we have any idea what we're planning on doing with all that? She's like looking at Oswald.
I don't know. I know that what we thought was gold ore is not gold ore, and it made the Snake Kindred physically sick to look at, so it's probably something weird in like, magical. Should I take it to a dwarf and get it identified?
Probably.
So are you guys just resting here tonight, or are you going to be going anywhere?
It's been a whole ass day, so we should probably sleep here.
Yeah.
I mean, I can get Newt going and then we can sleep, but if you just want to stay here, that's fine.
Yeah, what are you guys doing?
I gotta start taking Newt to the dragons.
Alright.
belly
I don't know what
that
distended.
is.
I was about to be like, hey, do you want me to, like, start flying, or do you want me to stop, like, take the house off? But we're going to the dragons. Alright, let me... Where are the dragons?
Did you guys ever find out?
That's a giant green dragon on the map. That is not saying where the dragons are.
We were told rough vicinity of here.
Yeah.
I remember the little island spot there. Rough vicinity there. Kind of like red dragons or rough vicinity magma lands.
Alright. Let me just delete that. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. My eyes just shut off for a second. What the fuck? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 divided by 3.
Divided by 4, it's 4, remember?
Oh, divided by 4. All right.
That's 4 days.
My calculator just had a stroke. Okay. I distinctly typed in 17 divided by 4, and it went 1 divided by 5 is...
Well, it's like
Yeah.
4 and a
4
quarter,
and 1/4.
which we go at half rate, so that's 2 of each ration. Except for like this stuff down here. That's all. It's gonna be annoying to keep track of.
Yeah, so 4 days and 6 hours.
What are you guys gonna be doing for the 4 days of flight?
I'm going to be attempting to comfort Jani as best I can.
Baby me.
I will get powdered calcium from the Zorbo bones and fucking
Tools. And you have glass vials at least?
barrels of them. 23.
Alright. You have a decent amount of powder. From the Zorbo, you probably got like 5 barrels. Or not barrels, vials. He's not a big creature, doesn't have. It's like, just
Yeah,
powdering the
but it was
bones.
right there.
Let's say there was a big fucking koala bear.
Other than that, I'll cross-reference treats and stuff about the worm to Mr. Gravelsmoke because he seemed interested to learn more. Little minor discovery there.
Well, if you contact him, he's like, you could have just asked me for the fucking recipe.
I'm not a smart man, Mr. Gravelsmoke.
I ran out of sending spell slots.
So
Listen,
you're gonna want to
I'm
make sure you
clever,
get
not
lots
smart.
of in bulk, because as you know, we make them in different sizes because the big boys eat one, but then the small boys. So the big boys, you're gonna want to make it the size of your dwarf's hand, like a fist. I don't know how big your hands are, son.
I can make do.
And then the younger ones. So it's there's the slings, which are freshly born. They're about the size of a joint on a dwarven thumb, right? And then if you're going for the juveniles, that'll be about in diameter as long as a dwarves index finger. But then you go for the fist. Get me?
Yeah.
So to make this all work, you're gonna do the parts, right? But you're gonna make sure you do the parts in proper. I'm glad you got that much. But cooking them down and making sure you don't lose any of that in the process is gonna be what the real challenge is. You have anything to cover your cook station?
Looks at entirely set up spot. I got a few pots and pans in the kitchen area.
Because the steam that comes off of what you're simmering down in order to mulch it all together you're gonna need to catch it, because that's also going to be scraped off and added to the item.
The phosphor and magnesium. Right. And as Aahana walked by the way, she would see Mr. Gravelsmoke from Gravelsmoke Farms in there and measuring his hand on a paper and doing that. Because dwarves can be differently sized, so he's just like taking measurements while transformed as Mr. Gravelsmoke when he started mentioning hands. Right.
So for the bigger ones, like with your Brutus, you're gonna need a big boy, which means you're gonna need a lot of the ingredients. You think you're gonna manage?
I think I can.
Because those 5 vials you said you had, that's not gonna be enough for the calcium. You need quite a bit of calcium. That's not even gonna be enough for 1.
For all these dosages, how big is this this batch that's being made?
What do you mean?
Or is this all for 1 pellet?
It's all for 1 pellet.
Ah,
For the big pellet too. You're gonna want to half it all for the juveniles, and then half that for the slings.
alright. A little bit there. Scratching out some parts of dosage 2 pellet.
And by the way, a part is about the size of a dwarven palm.
looks at now Dwarven Palm. Fucking, like... He's basically making a scientific, like, actual map chart and writing underneath, just to help his own memory for that go, so he can
Gravel
just look
Smoke's
at
been
it.
doing this by eye for generations, lad.
Yeah, it's
Good
perfect.
luck. However, if you do get any of that out of whack, you could make it sick, so make sure you get it proper.
I'll keep an eye open.
You said they liked some sort of worm?
Yeah, we're down here leaving Raqqa right now, a town on, well, south of Grek. What was the name of this continent again? Fuck. I'm thinking
Really?
about the town Razid.
It's Northern Hestia.
Thank you, Hestia. Northern Hestia. Finding a lot
Alright.
of these suckers.
We can do some more research into that. I don't think a solid diet off of that's going to be very good, but
Good
Yeah.
for potential training.
a treat, perhaps. Is there anything else?
I think that's it for now. We'll update you whenever, well, an update comes.
And the rest of you, what are you doing?
I have taken Jani to Safi to see if maybe she can cheer him up.
Safi is being her playful self. She did recoil when the door was open, but once the door is closed, she kind of gives off a little, sort of like it's. She makes this entire room like it feels like autumn. It's nice and crisp.
Safi, this is Johnny.
She licks Johnny.
Johnny, just like, are you holding him or?
I mean, it depends on how much you're willing to walk.
Well, he's like a rag doll right now.
Yeah. She'd be holding you then.
By the way, you
Well,
see the rinds of the fucking what's it called? The melons in the corner. It seems she just ate the centers.
Does she speak a language?
She is a salamander.
She's a salamander.
It speaks lizard.
She doesn't speak lizard. She's a salamander.
Even through druidics.
So, animals that have below a certain level of intelligence, they don't
Oh,
speak.
she's-
You can just get feelings from them and
Ah.
vibes, and basically that's what druid talk with animals is you're getting a vibe from a creature.
And
It's like, ah, so you're-
salamanders are smart enough to speak sometimes.
It's like,
There are
ah,
ones that are smart enough. She is not there.
you're like a kobold, aren't you?
One eye blinks after the other.
Yeah.
You don't know why, but it feels like you've just insulted an entire species.
I feel like I committed a slightly hate crime here. Being a lizard myself.
You do know that kobolds are an intelligent species on this plane of existence.
Yeah, but Johnny's a little racist.
Mhm.
He's a dinosaur after all.
I got her. She's a bit older.
Binks
But-
blinks one eye at a time back at her.
She blinks back one eye at a time.
She prefers the
Blink-
cold.
Blinks a little bit faster.
Her tongue, her mouth just gapes open, tongue lolls out.
Nice.
She's got a big mouth. It's kind of concerning. I think this might be one of those creatures that can swallow people.
As she's petting on her, she's like, probably gonna end up using my gar spider once it fully grows up. Since she's getting up there in age, I don't want to be pushing her or putting her in dangerous situations.
Brr.
Would you like to play with her?
My limbs don't want to move. I boogied too much.
You're just
It's-
sore today. You can move. It's just painful.
It's been a day. We slept.
Walks like a zombie. Eh.
Do you want to talk about it, or do you want to just keep processing on your own time?
I don't know if there's anything to talk about. I was right. There were more people.
While the two of you are talking, your salamander is floating off the floor, slowly barrel rolling in the most languid and lazy way.
No thought.
Aahana's just patting as she slowly turns. So she's just patting along her entire body.
Imagine the only sound the salamander is making is once it fully turns upside down, its tongue slowly peels off and thwaps back onto the other end of the mouth.
Mhm.
I mean, in the rest of your druidic order's defense, it's not like anyone's ever encountered that before. I forget what Oswald wrote its name down as. I don't remember what we named it.
The chorus!
You're on the other ship.
No, I'm actually right. I'm not that far from you. Hi. I'm over here.
Oh, okay. I thought you were still flying Newt.
No, Newt. I direct Newt where to go, and then I just tell Newt go that way. No, go back. Put back in water. Put back in water. Put back in water. Put back in water.
I'm always like, I've been here for like a week now. I suppose I can get out.
The water is like very brown.
Yes, that's part of why I'm here. Hello?
Hey, Oswald.
What did you need?
Actually, I had a bit of a question for you, and it's nothing against you in any facets, I understand, but it's happened twice now, and I wanted to know if you needed to talk.
What's happened twice?
This is the second time something eldritchly horrific has happened, and you have violently, and I mean violently, almost to the point of just egging up and just rocking, demanded to go home.
Okay, look, I wanted to go home a couple days ago because picks up. No, actually, I don't have my book with me right now. Gestures in general vicinity of like direction of where we come from. That was fucked up. I wanted to go home. I'm fine now.
Yes, and you're fine last time too, usually a day after. It just comes and then it goes immediately. Like, there's nothing against it, and he, like, gestures to himself. I don't like this either. I don't think anybody really does. And I'm not saying it's a bad thing for you to feel that way. I just wanted to know if there was something else there. That's all.
Yeah, I'm not as good at psychology as my mom is, but here's the thing. You were orphaned and raised as a slayer, and now have the purpose of a god behind you. That's your whole thing. You came from a bad situation and are off on a duty to make the world better. Aahana was abandoned by her family and joined a rebellion. Aelin is just Aelin. You know his family. Before this adventure started, I had a nice home and nice family, and I just left to see the world. So, it's more of, we started adventuring for different reasons, so I have a different response to all this stuff.
I get that. And for what it's worth, it doesn't ever get easier. It's not like me and Sledge, or me and Fenris for that matter, got over everything that happened to Sledge and Friend. You don't get over that. Or families before, anything for that matter. And I know you weren't trying to belittle that. I get you there.
Mm-hmm.
But everything that can happen possibly will. And that's not to say the world's going to end no matter what we do. It's that there's better ways to cope with it, I guess. And I'm not saying I am the beacon of knowing good ways to cope with things. We know I'm not.
Yeah, I was gonna bring that up. Do you just need someone to talk to about all this stuff? Because you don't seem to be handling it very well either.
I'm still not over Sledge. I knew it was gonna happen, and I try my best to handle that. I'm never going to be over Sledge, Fryn, my original family. And it's not that I'm really screwed up over it. It has its effect, but I think I'm more so just trying to cope with it in the method of making everything around me better because of it. Or at least balanced. Balance is perfect above all else, but sometimes balance requires loss rather than gain.
You know, we normally just head off to different parts of wherever we are to do our thing, then, you know, just not really talk to each other until, like, the morning. If you need someone to, you know, talk to about these things, I'm okay hanging around before bed to talk about it. I know you got Susie, but, I mean, it's good to have someone that's not in your head all the time to talk to.
I agree, and I think more recently I'm more trying to figure out still how to work around knowing I'm consistently being watched, or the fact that I might have a predestined or pre-fated location to go towards. But also the fact that I have people in my head all the time kind of makes relationships a little awkward to maintain, if you get my drift.
Yeah, I imagine, especially with one in your head all the time and one on your rear all the time. Hi!
It's more so how the handling, though, that I'm learning is the way to go about it, you know? Like, laughing it off helps with that, I guess. It is funny in the long run, but if you don't find it a big deal, others won't in the long run. But when it comes to horrific situations like what we left behind, watching Derek slowly roll off to the side. There's a time and a place, I guess, is what it's for. I imagine there's gonna be a whole thing where people are numb for a while in that town, but eventually it can all come out as one massive funeral, a service, a memorial. Those exist in every culture I've come across.
As fascinating as it would be to see how humans handle death on a large scale, I don't want to be anywhere near that town for like 100 years. I am not a child. I'm 25.
You're a child.
You're an old lady. Go away.
It doesn't matter how old we are. We still have plenty of things to learn. Look at the entire Lamian civilization. They had it all at one point in history and lost it because of people who can't live past the age of 80.
I mean, some of them can, but yeah.
Look, we don't need to talk about Lady Amaranth and what she's doing with her experiments is just a note. But you get where I'm getting with this, and I think I get what you're getting with this. As long as it's just a thing.
Like, I know that you don't like being the leader of the group, and honestly, I do say we all need to take on some more. Like, you obviously need to be the official head because the Adventurers Guild won't accept the group as the leader. But, like, you're the plan guy. Do we have a plan on how to deal with her?
To deal with who? Sorry?
Lady Amaranth? Like, she's a wizard, isn't she?
We don't really know. We have information that she has magical talents, mainly because of all the exploring into magic. We don't know if that was born with her innate, or if she forced it on herself from another user, or if she may even have an elemental companion that's rather corrupted. We don't know. For all we know, she made a deal with one of the Siengal. It's not like they pick sides necessarily, they just do their thing, as we found out.
I mean, I imagine they'd pick sides in that, well, no, Adrian's not really fighting against her on his own will.
I suppose it comes down to what we want to do is essentially get rid of the problem, and we don't always want to do violence with that. The realistic facet of it is that we're probably going to storm that castle and kill her. She's not giving up the child after this long, and she's not going to give it just because we managed to reach her.
There was something about an underground catacomb we could go for to get her.
Exactly. We have a way in now, at least. After this dragon business is done, I'm making that our #1 priority as a leader.
Oswald's doing the mental math in his head, like, pointing around, like, What are the chances that she's stronger than, like, the Phoenix Lady or the Chorus or any of the other things we fought? Because most of her power is in politics, right?
There's no telling. It might be completely political, or it might be you can just eat her when she goes to bed as a giant ooze. We don't fully know. The fact of the matter is she might very well have the power of just holding the child hostage.
I guess we'll have to talk to, can't remember her name.
Sylvanar. We'll
Aelin's
know
sister,
more.
Sylvanar, about that.
She's, as you might recall, had some relations with her as Norwalin, so she'd know best in that regards.
God, imagine if it was that simple. Of just we run off as she knows us as like barely competent adventurers. We come back like, hey, so we could totally just throw Oswald at the tower and she'd die. I'd love to see a look on her face if that's actually the truth.
But murdering a political leader isn't going to be the hardest part. It's going to be the aftermath. There's no telling what level of villainy it might get us as a record, but at the very least we have plans in place to get that settled.
Yeah, I guess the main point would be either to kill all the other political opposition and everyone on her side, or just not get caught. Because no matter how conniving Silas is, Sylvanar is the next in line.
Silas wants something in this world, and I need to know why he's willing to destroy it and in the process kill it to get it. There's a madness there, and there's two things that I can think of when it comes to that.
Oh?
Either he's truly lost all hope and nothing matters anymore, and he saw a glimmer then and there, or this isn't the first time he's tried, and we aren't the first to have tried. Creators go off and create worlds. What if he's not left on the world after it's destroyed?
No idea. Oh, by the way, eyes flash blue for a second. Now that he's become a full Valkyrie, has his aura changed?
It's the same.
So still a deep forest constantly on fire with thunderstorm?
Yep.
Huh. Becoming a Valkyrie fully didn't change
It just
your aura
didn't have
much.
any corruption.
Yeah, it's just like my image of it was kind of tainted
more
with
pure.
some weird lines, but now it's just pure image. Anyway, I know I said it's great for us to talk, and it is great for us to sit down and talk, but looks over at Lufa, who's impatiently like kind of awkward, tapping her foot. I have to wrestle a goose. Throws off his shirt. He's just like dressed like a sumo wrestler underneath. Opens door.
Right. I think I have
Back
some
to
questions
Aahana and
for
the other one.
Susie.
Aahana and Jani, what have you guys been talking about?
Feelings and stuff. PTSD.
No, talk.
The screams in my
Roleplay.
head.
I think the last thing I said was, no one's ever dealt with something like that before, and then you were responding.
I'm like, no shit, no one's dealt with some of that before. That thing was like an Eldritch bean.
Yeah, that was probably the most messed up thing I've ever seen. It's gonna be hard for anything to ever top that.
Like, imagine
I'm
you
sure
send
Skylar
your
way, but
you send your kid out to go get some like bread or something, and they never reappear, and you just completely forget about them. 'Cause the thing ate it.
sorry.
Stop distracting them, you two.
Stop it.
Uh,
We'll get to Oswald and Molly fighting soon. Shush.
Look, I'm not gonna sit here and force you to leave, but when we get back to Oswald's mother's town, I can't remember the name to save the life of me right now.
Kraigdeep.
I thought that was y'all's last name.
Yes. It's both.
Oh.
Most kindred there are last name Kraigdeep because they're from Kraigdeep.
Alright. Well, once we get to Kraigdeep, which I think you should be able to at least get in contact with the rest of your people. I think
What's
it might
left?
do you some good to be with them and help them rebuild. I get you're probably a bit resentful that you weren't listened to, but they were literally being controlled by an eldritch being.
You're just trying to get rid of me. You don't want Johnny
No.
around?
Johnny, that might be the most screwed up thing we've seen, but it's probably only going to keep getting worse for us. And you are refusing to deal with your emotions properly. And I've already got 3 other people with that issue.
I'm dealing with my emotions just fine. He fucking
You
storms off out the doors,
you
slams
You
it.
open the door. I have to do this because you opened the door. I apologize. There is a bat flapping in your face.
Oh shit. Oh
The
fuck.
bat latches onto your face, and
Ah.
as she's trying to talk behind you, it screeches out in a very high-pitched voice. Please tell me you've left the town. We're all fucking worried. I swear to God, if you left the town and sent some sort of like rat or fucking like ant again with your message, I'm gonna murder you myself. Please be okay. Please be okay. Please be okay. And then the bat's like mouth shuts, unlatches from your face, and flies away.
More trauma.
Aahana, what were we saying?
Johnny, you summoned a bunch of ghost monkeys and you danced for so long you could no longer move.
I don't care.
You need to be somewhere stable. You're not going to outrun me because you can barely move, apparently. But you need to be somewhere stable amongst people who can spend the time and attention you need to get back from this. And once you're better, there's nothing saying you can't contact me and we can't travel.
You're not gonna leave all this.
Okay, all this has like a time limit. If we don't do it in the time limit, then everyone's dead.
What do you mean everyone's dead?
We're fighting I think someone who might be a god. I'm not exactly clear on that.
It's not the raptor god, is it?
No, it's not any of the spirits of nature.
That motherfucker just wants fried chicken in the distance. You hear fried chicken.
I was gonna say I can't, but she does know celestial, so
See, it's like he's right on the horizon.
Oswald and Luffy look at each other, wondering why in the world Molly just shouted out fried chicken and celestial.
Lusan. Oh!
Does
I
she
like
know
that-
any language?
This one probably shouldn't be in there because it is like 90% shit water at this point. It's
I
brown.
think it's not been cleaned throughout the months.
That's
he's-
what we're doing.
Oh
He's
god.
that thing's plant.
Molly's
No.
been in there for days,
Lufa's
refusing to
afraid
leave.
of birds. She finally convinced Oswald to come wrestle the bird so she can clean it. Anyway, return to your heartfelt scene. I apologize.
Look, they're gonna need you, and you're gonna need them. And
They're currently worried, and you haven't told them that you're okay yet.
I did
You're
remember.
being an asshole. No, remember, he didn't actually know what he was doing, so we never.
yeah,
That never went through.
Oh, I did a sending that he was safe and. Oh, wait, I know what you're talking
But you
about.
didn't know, yeah, that he was trying to contact them.
and you probably need to try and send something, because if what he screeched at you is to be true, I do remember you vaguely throwing a cat.
I wonder if it ever made it.
I just imagine someone
Wait,
vaguely throwing something. Just like,
hold
"Yeah."
on. I can actually tell. Never mind. It's over 1,000 feet away from me. He's just
Yeah.
eh.
It laughed
Oh.
on to Newt. Like, this will probably be there at some point.
And He's like a year later. He's like, what?
So you locate creature for it.
Yeah.
It is pinging from here.
What?
Just gotta ride.
Where's it at?
You can't quite tell, but it's kind of like where it starts dinging faster the closer you are. You're
Like,
getting
what?
a slow ding right now.
Wait, hold on. What?
Dinging faster slightly. Slower.
What-
Faster
what-
slightly.
What are you doing, Johnny? What are you...
Hold on.
Faster slightly.
Oh no.
Maintaining for now.
Uh.
Maintaining for now. Slightly slower.
Oh no.
Slightly faster.
Oh no.
Slightly faster.
Oh no.
It's
Oh.
maintain.
Creek's door open.
You see a big blue boy in there.
I don't think we should go
What's
in
the
there.
sense? What's the sense?
I mean, it's pinging.
I think it ate it.
What?
I think it ate the kitten. Sticks head in. Cautiously.
The thing's sleeping. Snoring even.
I'm gonna stealth it.
You stealth in.
I'm gonna. Fuck.
Just walk in, instantly trip on its tail.
It finds kitten corpse.
You are pinging faster.
Oh shit. Tiptoe.
Faster.
Tiptoe.
Faster.
There's a wall.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Searches
Oh,
through.
it's not in the blue boy.
So he did. Alright.
What are you looking for, Johnny?
Investigate the ground.
The blue boy's awake and he's staring at Jani and you at the same time somehow.
Like in Draconic, she's like, it's all
What?
good.
How did I
Roll
roll
me
2?
intelligence.
Me or him?
Him.
Okay.
Uh, 21.
Probably on the other side of the wall. Outside of the house.
Here?
Yeah.
There's a path there?
You don't know.
it's
It's pinging from over there, bro.
Back against the wall, looking him
me
dead in
watching
the
him
eye.
back the wall. Do you need around the back of the stalls?
He's not talked to you at all, by the way. It's super
What are
frustrating.
you, Johnny?
There might be a
Johnny,
dead kitten. There might
what
be a
are you
dead kitten.
doing? What are you doing?
Kitten.
Grab.
No, I'm all the way over here.
Wait,
She
one
can
second.
try.
Yeah.
Yeah, try. I
There's
Won't
one
resist.
reach their tail.
She does.
I resist.
Do you, though?
Yes.
26 hit.
Yes.
You are grappled.
You are grabbed by the tail. Johnny, you're not being crushed. Calm down. You're just making the noises at me, aren't you?
Makes his eyes pop out of his head.
Yeah, you've seen this before. He does this. It's
Johnny,
dramatic.
what are you doing?
Hidden.
Hidden?
Yes. The one I said. The one I gave the message to. It's close by for some reason.
Do you need to go behind the stalls, I guess?
I'm guessing that or it's in the wall.
I'm just carrying him in my tail.
As you step outside, you're immediately buffeted by the wind because you are in travel.
Yep.
Weird.
He's like, just hold on, okay? Don't be flying off.
That way.
As you peek around the corner, you do see a tiny, sort of like, down here, basically, you see a little phoenix kitten, sort of like hanging on to dear life,
What the
being
fuck?
absolutely fucking terrified.
What the fuck?
Aahana's just gonna go down and scoop it up.
It's like stiff from how like long it's just been tensely waiting there. It looks
thought
a
you
little like
came
it's
inside.
hungry. It's not doing great.
Quick,
Look.
break its neck. It's a phoenix kitten.
What the that's not what that means.
It's a phoenix kitten. Break its neck.
That's
You
not.
only have a certain number of lives, fucker.
That's not what that
How
means.
many lives is it on? Kill it!
How many tails does it have?
How many tails does it have?
It has 9.
Never mind.
It's just a baby.
It's on its last life, too.
Oh,
No,
the
it's
way
not.
around.
Other
No,
way
I
around,
mean-
but you lose a tail when you lose a life.
Oh, break its neck.
No.
I will break yours.
Ahana, no one's in here, but the Aldronga watch Ahana just come in, Jani
It's
in his
the-
tail, a
It's the
phoenix
most...
cat in her arms, and him going, break its neck!
it's the most humane thing. It'll come back brand new.
2 Aldronga tackle Johnny, and the keeper comes over to help you take care of Cat.
I think the first thing we need to do is try and warm it up and give it some food.
It's on fire. It's already warm.
It's not on fire. It's a little bit different than that. You know Rimworld?
Yeah.
The Phoenix Owl Cats.
Oh.
I fashioned it after them.
Gestures you over, flies. Opens grapple. Turns on sync. Points to plug. It can't figure out the plug. Help.
She pushes in the plug.
Face palms.
Yeah, and she like reaches behind the sink and this one, and she pops it up, and the plug comes back up. That's how you drain the water.
She
She
says
pushes
in
the plug back in.
Abyssal, I thought it was a twist.
Ah, see, in abyssal back. Yeah, that would seem the correct way, but it would be confusing. Like it just starts warming up with hot water. Ahana's like slowly putting out the cat to see if it's okay with going into the warm water.
It's stiff. As you put it in, it sort of like relaxes a little bit. It just sort of settles in. Have you ever seen that picture of that like wet cat that wants to stay in the water?
She like turns to the Aldronga and she goes, "Can you go find that fish barrel I bought? It's in Deer,
Nod.
and get some fish."
We'll get back to you. Oswald. And the mallard.
Aldronga dives headfirst into Deer's mouth. Okay, so the plan is Oswald's going to wrestle and distract Molly while
Get close to the
Lufa
mic.
can clean.
The plan that they have is Oswald's going to wrestle and distract Molly while Lufa cleans.
Okay.
So
By all means.
Steps forward, just like pounds chest, like, come on.
Apparently
at
she
me.
attacked you, so it would be the 2 multi-attacks of some sort.
Oh yeah, that was the last thing done.
It was 2 beak attacks or a wing attack or some shit.
Neither
Right.
of
I don't
those
think
hit.
either of those hit.
Nope. Doubt it.
He doesn't have
Oswald.
any armor or shield on, but he does have his Zorbo armor and his plates on his feet, so yeah.
Alright. He will reach forward, and let's see, where is this thing? I want to make sure I'm using the right one. I don't want to
Oh my god!
bite her
I
neck.
just saw one of her abilities. It's literally she shouldn't have, like, when she got knocked down during that last fight. She should have got back up.
That's why
Yep.
you gotta pay attention to your creatures. It's all good though, you're new.
23.
Of course that hits.
It's a goose.
She's auto-grappled and takes 14 bludgeoning.
She's still in it.
And he's just going to devote as much energy as he can to keeping grappled. And Lufa's just going to rush forward with cleaning him and start cleaning and draining the pool and trying to fill it back up.
Alright, we'll get back to you.
Looks over at Louison, speaks in plain, "You better fucking help, Fireboy."
Wah!
Where?
Wilk, what are you doing?
Contemplating existence.
You're hearing a scrabbling from outside.
I'll take a look outside real quick.
You see the Aldronga dive into the deer's mouth and then pull out a barrel of dried fish.
Hey, did
Roll.
Oswald tell you could have that right now?
Roll. Do you know Abyssal?
I'm checking right now, actually. No, I do not.
Opens mouth.
It looks at you and say,
Oh, it's corn.
pushing
It runs
barrel.
away. What do you do?
I'm inciting it as it scurries.
You have disadvantage.
I'm gonna
You have no fucking idea. You're thinking it's starting to steal us. Maybe the other one's hungry.
I'm gonna track it a little bit and just like.
It went
No.
up and around the corner.
Yeah, I thought I was going this direction.
You see the other two doing nothing.
They're wrestling Jani actively.
You see Aahana in the bathroom. There's a wet-looking feathered cat in the sink, and the barrel of fish is next to them.
Looking greatly concerned, but like, okay.
She's picking up pieces of the fish and like slowly letting the cat chew on them.
The cat like grabs them, with the claw, brings it into the water, and starts just, angry growl eating.
Yep.
Just like goes back and is like, right, where was I? Oh, Saharaza, are you there?
Are you praying?
Trying to just talk with her.
Well, then talk.
I had some strange questions that might hurt my head a lot.
You're gonna have to do more than that, man.
I wanted to know, is this the first world that's been made? The first version of it? How many worlds have there been and failed by the creators? How does that even happen? But that's a later question.
Religion.
Oh.
So she agrees to speak with you. So basically, what you learn is she also doesn't know much. This is a new iteration of her as well, but she does know that there's other worlds that are not failures. Sure, there's been some failures. This is the first attempt at this specific world, and it hasn't failed yet, but it can happen. There's more worlds than just this one, though.
It takes a minute to contemplate. How did you, Grak, and Unthul make this world?
Well, we were put here to make it. Grak created the land. Then Unthul brought forth the life with the water. And then I brought forth the fire to warm everything, the life of the creatures that lived on the world, and the law. Kind of like taking a ball of clay and melding it, except for you had to create the ball of clay out of nothing.
And is it true that the Fates are what came before you?
They created us. They're our our mother and father.
Just as you are to Aelin Thiril and supposedly Anaku.
Yeah. And the spirits of nature and the sea angle.
Do you know why you were made? Just to create?
That is my job. It's my purpose.
But you don't know why you were made other than to have that job? You don't know
That
the
is
reasons
my
behind
purpose. That is why I was made to have this purpose. It's what I was meant to do. Is that a problem?
No, I'm just on a trail of thoughts as to why everything the way it is. Not because it's what it's meant to do, but what made it that way to be just bound to its purpose, I guess.
I mean, that is why we gave you all free will. You get to ponder the things that we don't bother with because it doesn't matter. Try not to let it get to you, though, yeah?
I try every day, and in a way you're right. In the long run, would it really change what we're doing? But a part of me wonders if it would.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. Because if you didn't have purpose, wouldn't that just be just as bad? To float with nothing?
I've met people that don't know that there is a purpose to be had. Or at least I think they don't know. But at the same time, do they know that there isn't a choice? And like you say, if they do, they might float lifelessly and willlessly without any form of free will, but...
Well, according to Destiny, no one just floats. If they float for a certain time and then they actually do what they're supposed to. Because from what I've heard, floating with no purpose is worse than having a purpose.
And a purpose has to be made. It can't be made by those themselves.
choices you mortals get are to shape how you get to that purpose. How long it takes when you do it. Sure, the end usually is the same, but how you got there and how you live your life is still yours. Because technically, everyone's purpose is to eventually one day die.
And knowing it could lead to an early death of the world, even if that was already meant for it to happen or not.
Well, the world isn't a creature. It doesn't have a purpose like that. Destiny likes to say that the world is a stage. What you do to the stage is dependent on what the creatures that made it and that live on it.
A stage of improv, then.
I mean, nothing's really improv.
Alright, well, sorry for the bother. Are you doing alright?
I'd do better if you talked to me more every day.
I'm trying to.
Look, just because I don't answer doesn't mean I don't hear you.
Fair enough.
That said, we will be settling into, you know, my little place here shortly for the summer.
Alright. Speaking of potentially visiting, I think I might have found a good potential recruit for the Flames.
Ooh, do tell me more.
I feel like it's more my job to stoke the flames than to grasp a raging brazier and claim them as one. I think I met the reincarnate of the humans, Cilia. She's likely to have progeny that could really aspire to greatness, I feel.
Oh yeah?
He'll tell her the story that he learned about how Cilia rode a silver dragon and laid claim on the world.
Who's eating chips? You need to fucking share.
Well, if she matches the flame or not, we'll have to find out. She might even be a mirror, or even a storm.
Potentially. I'm hesitant.
It really depends on her as a person. It doesn't seem like you got to actually speak with her much.
Indeed.
And reincarnations can change over time.
And that's one reason why I'm hesitant to approach her and potentially ask for her or her best, because they're in a dire strait right now, but
Yeah, I mean, in a few
and
generations, you'll be fine.
revisiting and seeing who rises above it all would be a good thing to do.
Alright, next. I guess back up to you, Pinky. It is eaten, it is settled into the water, and it refuses to leave.
Alrighty.
Johnny, somewhere in the back of your head, you're feeling a rejection to the animal messenger spell.
What does that even feel like?
It feels like whiplash, like you've suddenly gotten just a weird piercing migraine in the forefront of your brain.
Pukes, I guess?
Just piercing headache in the front of your head.
Han's gonna turn to Eldronga, be like, just keep an eye on it. If it ends up wanting out, let it out. If it wants the water reheated, whatever, you know.
Oh, that's a question it asked you.
Yes.
I'm like less than a year old and can't speak cat. How do I tell if what it wants?
I mean, if it wants out, it'll probably just, like, jump down and start leaving. Just kind of, like, follow it as when it leaves. Or if it's, like, slapping around the thing because it can't get a good grip and get out. And if it wants it warm, it's probably just going to start meowing loudly at you.
Where the fuck did Johnny go?
But you can check to see if it's meowing at you loudly because it wants food.
Oh.
Sometimes they just scream at you because they want something. You have to figure it out.
Nods.
I believe in you.
You hear a commotion coming from the opposite direction, Pinky.
Huh?
You hear splashing and squawking and the sounds of struggle.
Oh.
Oswald currently has the goose in, like, his legs locked around its neck, and a spectral version of your own tail is constricting it.
Looks
backwards.
Nice.
Hi, wrestling goose. You mind
y'all
closing the door?
having fun in here?
Luke's afraid of it. Has to clean. Water's full of shit. Please close the door.
Ow.
Is Aahana deemed an enemy?
Anyone she sees.
Well, it's not your turn, so.
Alrighty then.
Looks back. Now you're trapped in here with me.
Goose just gets angrier.
I think Molly might try and kill Oswald in his sleep.
With a pillow too. She's not gonna like bite him or something. She's just literally gonna grab a pillow with her wings and just hold over his face.
Good luck.
With silence, puts pistol in the pillow. The duck boss says hi.
I have been shot, I believe. I think I can take it.
Aahana.
I think Molly's going to kill Oswald in his sleep tonight.
Won't be the first time. Not gonna be the last. I
I
wonder
think
if
that almost worked as a response, but it was slightly confusing. But good attempt.
doing better every day, I think. If anything, Oswald might send Molly to go get, I don't know, happy with the Dryad, considering all the Dryads he's been having to appease these last year.
I mean, I don't think the Dryads are going to want to do anything with a goose. Or mallard, or whatever she's supposed to be.
No, they most definitely won't. It's just funny to imagine. Just Oswald showing up. Behold, Goose, and them just going, what the actual hell?
Plucks feathers. Behold a man.
As the cleaning finishes, and I'm guessing she darts out.
Scrabbles it to her. Let me out. Let me out.
What do you do, Oswald?
He's basically just gonna keep wrestling Molly. Does Molly speak Celestial?
Molly doesn't have any languages.
Molly don't speak shit. It's just a straight line, just none.
He's gonna keep wrestling her until she submits.
She will never submit,
Then she's gonna get knocked out.
and then she'll get back up,
Then she's gonna get knocked out again.
and then she gets back up.
So it's towards the evening where the struggle hasn't ended and both you and Wilk are aware of it.
Oh my god.
How many hours has it been?
Like 4 or 5?
At the time that you're coming over, Oswald looks at Molly and just says, "Truce."
Honk.
Nods. Let's go.
Snaps at you.
Smacks you.
Side eye as you close the door. Turns to the.
Ah.
No possible thumbs, eh?
Does that count as a defeat?
I don't think
No, that's called
a
a truce.
Okay. I'm trying to get an ability from Molly.
What?
Ste-
I think
steps
the
through the
only
door.
thing he has that you don't already have a version of is the hissing.
I get
Stares at
knocked
you.
down. Oswald gets up again.
I don't have aggressive.
Reaches out, pats on head.
There's also that if
Yeah, that'd be great.
that'd be more useful.
Johnny, you've been pinned for like 5 hours. What are you gonna do?
He's like asleep at this point.
Ah,
It's Molly squaring up to me.
I think she's following Aahana. That pushes past Duck.
Gets shirt, puts on.
Stop! Stop! Stupid goddamn Duck. Johnny's over here, Molly. Wait, is he?
I thought Molly was gonna be blocking me in the hallway. She's like, no.
Where is Johnny? There's Johnny. He was covered by Aldranga.
Yeah, they're pinning him to the ground. They've also fallen asleep.
Oh, shoot.
She picks up Jani. She kicks door open.
Why are you taking him outside?
Immediate buffeted wind.
She a duck. She don't give a shit.
What are you doing?
I believe he's doing what the kids call committing suicide.
Okay. She just went back there, so I guess, okay.
I left the door open.
Well. I see her.
Throws him down.
What is she doing? How's the cat doing?
You don't see it at first.
Looking around.
As you look around, you see it's curled up in the corner, but behind, under, near the back of the sink in the corner.
Ah.
It
Seems to
leapt
be
out.
asleep.
It leapt out. I tried to see what it wanted. It hissed and flung it swung its hand knives at me.
I have a tattered velvet curtain that I just pull out, and I'm gonna bundle up nearby it.
Ah, you're giving it some sort of bedding.
Yes. Do 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 do. There. That's as good as it's gonna get. Closes the door. Probably because we don't let that roam around and get into stuff. I see you're back in the water, Molly.
Door mysteriously closes.
Something not right with that duck. Why did she throw you in with Sapphire? My bedroom has beds.
As you guys are getting ready to turn in for the night of the sixth day?
Yep.
Was it 6?
4.
4 of the 4th day? There's a sudden commotion as the house starts to swing precariously. Not like super hard, but more than normal.
Oh.
Ah, great. They want to challenge the rock.
Who
Flying.
can yell as
As you guys are like walking, I need you all to make dexterity saving throws. Suddenly you go into a dive.
Oh shit.
I will still make one even though I'm flying because that would probably bonk me against the ceiling.
Oh shit.
12.
You fail because aren't you
Those
asleep right now,
below-
Johnny?
Those below a 10 or were asleep and automatically fail get flung around and ping-ponged off the walls.
Breaks neck. That's the end of Johnny.
And then there's a sudden uplift, which another dex save.
Definitely awake now.
Oh.
There you go.
Those
Back to
below a
sleep.
10 take 5 bludgeoning damage as you
Oh,
slam
God.
against the floor.
Oh, I just barely make it.
Outside, Oswald, you see there is a dragon the size of Newt, and they're both like claw in claw, bird beak trying to tear apart her, and the dragon's trying to tear apart bird. It's a black dragon. It looks to be an ancient.
Fucking inhales as deep as possible. Newt, stop it! And then,
Both Newt her head rears back, and the dragon also like rears back a bit. It's like, the fuck? They release each
Interconic.
other.
because I have it equipped. Hi! Sorry! Please don't attack Newt! She's not gonna hurt anyone!
The fuck are you doing in my territory? You hear back in Draconic.
We need to meet with your elder! With your... Leans over. What was the title again?
They're ancient.
Matriarch.
You're ancient!
You speak to her!
Oh, okay. Hi!
Nice to meet you. Do you want some tea? Come on board.
We need to talk to you about, like, some kids, some dragon eggs that... Mixed race ones that have survived!
The dragon stares for a moment, flapping. Newt also flapping, hovering. Newt looks upset.
We were gonna give Anaku some shit for it, but he's still asleep.
Didn't realize how far into your territory we had gotten. We meant to settle outside of it a bit. Didn't know the exact location though.
Pointing to Aahana, like, yeah, that.
An actual gust of air washes over the fucking house as she exhales in like a sort of like, Jesus fucking Christ. You watch as she shrinks down and sort of alights upon the frontier. She takes the form of a rather large orcish woman with sort of black scales in the forms of those like rocks of like obsidian across her face, forehead, shoulders. She's dressed in a rather revealing but regal attire.
Yeah, sorry about just barging into your territory. We only knew the vague location. We meant to land and then actually find you.
Who told you that bringing a rock to a dragon's territory was best in the first place anyway?
I was gonna say,
I think we were actually told that it wasn't a good idea, which is why we were gonna try and land away from your
We
territory.
keep doing the equivalent of driving a fully loaded Abrams tank into a neighborhood, shooting off the cannon, going, "We'd like
Oh,
to
thank
announce
God,
a
Johnny's
PTA meeting."
Hi, Johnny. I guess you got woken up by the fighting.
I was about to go.
Points at her. Who's the slut?
No, don't say that. This is not the time for jokes like that.
Naked.
First off, I require a proper apology. Get down and apologize.
I'll do the.
If
Low
I
or
just
foul.
kind of like squish myself, would that count, or do you want me to just like hands on the floor?
Hands
Can I
on the
underst-
floor.
Can I
Okay.
understand her?
Yes. She's
Okay.
speaking normal language right now.
Common. I don't feel like dying today.
We
Grovels.
sincerely apologize for our, well, blatant ignorance.
Oh, my beautiful queen. I
That's
grovel
better.
at thee. I am sorry for insolence.
A little more.
Oh, let me kiss your feet. Waddles forward.
She lifts the hem of her dress and you can kiss her feet.
Was she like right here?
Yeah.
Something? Okay. Kisses.
If it amuses you any, we kind of do this stupid act a lot.
So his head just like completely down, just like, oh.
Alright, now state what you're fucking required. Why were you fighting? Why do you need me?
Okay, so
Okay, you go.
there are two dragons, I think, red and black. They are in a town that way. And she points in the general
Kraigdeep.
thing. Across Kraigdeep, that's right, sorry.
Yeah,
Across the ocean. They've
the
had
named Alkis.
yeah, they've had
You
a
see, immediately as you see as you say a keys, you see her tense up and grit her like jaw. She tenses.
and their eggs haven't died yet. They're pretty far along too, right? They've
Farther
been
than-
alive for a good while.
Farther than known, and we think we know why.
Fucking Alkis, really?
Yeah.
She sighs.
Shows dragon mark. Yeah, it's a whole thing.
Holds up hand.
She just massages the bridge of her nose, and they haven't died.
They have not died yet,
No.
no.
How far along are the eggs?
Just to Wilk.
Well, when we left, they were about 6 months along, and it's been another 3 months of traveling. Was that another month after that? Possibly over a year now. It's been another 4 days since we left Fort Glory.
And they haven't hatched?
No, but they also haven't died.
What are you wanting me to do about it?
So, he found a way that could make sure they stay alive, because of course the mom is worried that, they're not going to. We need 2 matriarchs, I believe?
Joint custody, yeah.
Yeah, one from the black dragons, one from the red dragons. There is a place in where the deep dwarves are, where it's a bunch of soul stone, a giant thing of soul, and we believe the soul is what's keeping these eggs currently alive, but it's not
It's
enough.
because Alkis exudes it, correct?
Correct.
Yes.
knew she was gonna be trouble.
However, my family in the dark, the deep dwarves there, believe they know of one close to that village and are currently, if they haven't already, locating a cave that we might be able to make our way to it to help clear a path for nesting grounds.
Well, you're probably gonna have a hard time convincing the Reds, but the Black aren't going to leave their own kin behind. We may be solitary by nature, but when it comes to family and rearing young, it's important, considering the fact that we don't live together. I'll send my daughter.
Understandable. Thank you for your time, and we'll get out of your territory as quickly as possible.
Yes.
Look, you don't even have to talk to the Red. I think that ours can handle it, just so you know. So don't really bend over backwards for those brutes if it's all the same.
We won't.
Good. And with that, she sort of like sprouts a pair of black wings from her back and lifts off.
I'm in love.
So, problem. I think you just told her, like, we won't talk to the Reds.
I said we won't bend over backwards. Which
Yeah,
we
but she's
didn't.
she's going to interpret it as, we almost died. That was bending over backwards.
Oh, we almost die all the time.
That doesn't mean
Get
it's
over
less
yourself.
difficult.
In the distance, in Draconic, you hear a rumbling. Get the fuck out of my territory.
No,
Yeah,
Don't let
yeah,
that rock
lady's
eat anyone.
instructions. Just flies up, grabs ropes, U-turn.
And
Alright,
don't
let's see where
worry,
you
God.
guys want to go. Let's see where you guys want to go.
if we end up having to talk to the Reds, we'll give them what for you. Don't you worry.
She can't hear you.
Looks to Aahana. I think Gluttony just quite actually bullshit our way through this, but at the very least,
Now you know the dragons are here.
Yeah. Yeah, we flew right in. Well, do you think it'd be? I guess we just head back to Kraigdeep.
Yeah, I think going off the right edge of the map will take less time than going all the way over here.
more
Yeah.
importantly, I know you wanted to stop by one more time in Narrock, Oswald. I didn't forget.
Yeah.
It'd be a good breather for the rock as well, because these long flights get into its feathers. So if we're going to take a stopping point, that'll be our one stopping point before getting the hell out of here.
Alright, let me just
We probably have to
start
resupply.
measuring. Delete our current flight path. And this one's gonna take a while.
Yep.
Alright, I'm gonna go use the bathroom one more time.
Going to Narok.
I
What'd
think
you
we
say?
are going to Narok.
Yeah, Aahana's asking Oswald why.
There's a fisherman there that helped me get over to, what the fuck is it called?
Salinzi.
Salinzi when my dad was there and dying, and I never really got a chance to thank him, so...
Ah, alright. Hopefully he's actually there this time, because it's been a good few months since we went by.
Hopefully. If not, we can always just fly Newt over the ocean to find him.
Terrifying.
I think that would give him a heart attack, Oswald.
Yeah, I keep forgetting people don't like creatures like Newt as much as I do. No, that's the wrong... I was trying to fly to land as quick as possible, but we should be flying in a straight line to Narok, shouldn't we?
Up
Yeah.
to you, man.
Well, now I have to zoom way the fuck out then to get there.
I'm gonna do a sending to fucking warn Alkis about the situation.
You'll just get back. She's all talk.
Okay.
Damn it. trying to make a straight line to Narok, but it's difficult.
Dan,
Yeah.
it doesn't have to be a direct line. Just go in the general vicinity, roll up, you see where it is, and you course correct. That's what I did when we went across the entirety of Hestia. It's just way too much of a demand to try and do it all in one go.
There we go.
There.
1, 2. Sixty, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 60, 70, 1, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87. So 87 divided by 4, 20, roughly 22 days.
Yep. 22 days. 22 divided by 2, that's 11 of each rationing.
And we have that much rations?
We have 3 months worth of rations. So
Oh, good.
Alright, and how many days?
22.
22.
Alright, 1 second.
During that time, Wilk, were you trying to still make food for the guard dude?
I don't have everything to do that.
I was gonna say you could try to use some of the rations that you guys have.
Maybe.
No.
I will if I
I do
can.
decent on my praying.
Give me a second. I'm doing math. This is a bitch. Alright, it's July 9th.
Alright. But we're still in flight. Jani, every other day you get accosted by another messenger. Just
Man.
praying at this point that you're okay. And if
Okay.
you are getting these, and just to send a letter back, they don't care if you don't leave the city. They just like send us a letter, please. So, or like a messenger that's not like a crawling insect, please. Dear God, please. Do you ever respond to them?
Animal messenger
Oh, you gonna take a seagull or some shit?
looks into sky. What do I see?
Birds, seagulls, pelicans, albatrosses.
I was kind of hoping you'd say, "Oh, you see a dragon in the distance."
Those aren't animals.
Don't you dare try and use Newt.
That would be so funny. It's like they would get there pretty fast. I guess he'll just snag a seagull.
What are you gonna say to the seagull?
Fine. I'll be back eventually. What if they go in that direction, I guess? Throw seagull over edge.
Okay.
Yeet.
So that was probably early on. So a few days later, you get another messenger. Where are you going? We can come get you, or pay for passageway or something.
Where are we going?
Would you like
Right
to
now
ask
we're going
anyone?
to Narok.
Our end goal is Kraigdeep.
Our end goal is Kraigdeep.
I can't use it. Well, it's been another few days, so I could just use it again. Uh,
Yep.
Why are you in our... Get out of my room!
Stares at sky,
More pelicans, seagulls, same. You guys are over the ocean.
grabs pelican,
Okay.
rides ladder, shoves it into its gullet.
Okay. What does it say?
Where we're going,
Okay.
kicks it off edge
All right.
like a football star.
So is it? Did you say you're Narok or Kraigdeep?
Narok.
All right. About 4 days later, you get a message back
Son of a bitch.
telling you to stay there. They're gonna come get you.
Well, climbs through window.
This whole time he's been following you like Johnny. Johnny.
Closes his door behind him.
Johnny.
Hides.
Predator heat vision. I can see where you are. Hold on.
Perception check.
No, hold on.
I'm cold-blooded though.
Yeah, be able to see a difference in the heat.
My body temperature would be what ambient is.
You just ran into this room. There'd be
Yeah.
a difference.
Unless
Alright,
Aahana's
fine.
room's like...
Shay, are they cold-blooded? Sorry, Kindred cold-blooded?
Depends. I haven't really thought of that far ahead. I think they're warm-blooded.
Oh shit.
I mean, there's also, I want to do that because of the, Predator joke. I also just do have...
Why can't I move this chair? What the fuck?
Don't move my stuff.
There's a big ass chair underneath the pillow.
Yeah, there's a pillow on top of a chair.
Now the chair's on top of the pillow.
Why chair in here?
I think that's Wilk's chair you guys stole.
I didn't steal anything.
Yeah, it is missing in his room. He's gotta bring that up.
You
There it is.
sleeping on top of a chair.
It probably happened when you apparently decided to eject your desk into my bedroom.
I can't even move my desk.
Yeah, I think that Shay made it unmovable.
Yeah, but that was like...
I need a
long
perception
before
check from Luson.
Well, Luson sees it. Rolox sees it.
No, that's what I'm saying. I need a perception check because was something that happened when he probably did. Because it scurried under the bed. Yeah, you saw it.
But
This thing has been all over the house trying to find an exit, but there's just blowing wind outside, and inside there's people screaming. This was a somewhat quiet room where things looked like they might have been asleep, so it just dove under the bed.
Luson's doing that cat-like crouchy thing as he just stares under the bed the whole time. Occasionally he reaches out to like poke it.
It gets a slash.
Recoils. Oh. Learns nothing. Reaches out to poke.
What are you guys doing over in next door?
Johnny,
Eh.
I'm trying to do something nice for you. Can you stop running from me?
What is going on in here?
I'm trying to do something nice for Johnny, and he's just running from me.
Backed into a corner. Giant bird. Leave me alone.
No. You hadn't even. You've only just started acknowledging that I exist, and it's to tell me to leave you alone.
Who are you?
The owner of this house and bird that you are on.
I've never seen you before in my life.
He gets like this. Just
Johnny,
do the
I-
thing you're gonna do and just.
I want to help, like, make a picture of the people that, you know, came with you to that village. I thought having a picture of them might help.
Sure.
Yeah, I want to draw them for you. The people you lost. I thought it might help.
The
Helps me
only thing I remember is their heads being bit off and torn apart.
You don't remember them at all?
I can't remember their faces. All I see is blood. He starts rocking back and forth.
It's trauma.
Alright. He just... Nope, I didn't mean to move that.
Brushes Johnny.
Sits cross-legged next to you. Sorry, apparently we're turning this into a therapy room, Aahana.
Alrighty.
Why does this corner of this room smell weird? What'd you do in this corner?
Isn't this the corner you sleep in?
No, I sleep on that pillow.
I didn't do anything to this corner. It's actually the first time I've been in this room since it's been furnished.
I don't know who moved my pillows down there.
Gestures to Johnny.
And I can't move shit.
Well, let's talk about the friends you did have. He pulls out the picture that he drew of all your friends and you at the table. What can you tell me about this one? Just points to a random person.
That's Rocco.
Alright, starts drawing like a better, more happy-looking picture on the other side. Starts drawing Rocco. Basically, just gonna have him be describing his friends and trying to draw the good memories out of him instead of just, oh god, their heads got bit off.
Okay, okay. Wilk, what are you doing?
Still working on that making thing using like the rations like you suggested.
You're hearing scrapping
Right.
behind you.
Looks over.
You see, like, Luson half under the bed.
Luson, what are you doing? Nothing, Father. You're never doing nothing, Luson. What are you doing? Something, Father. Yes, what is the something? Father, I've located a thing. But what is the thing? Get to the point, you fucking... Father, I won't. I don't want to have to get up, Luson. I'm in the middle of something. Ignore it then, Father. You know I can't do that. Don't you trust me, Father? Stop. Luson, stop sidetracking me. But Father, don't you like arguing with yourself? No, I don't. First off. Second. Susie, hold this. Okay. Gets up gingerly. Looks at Rorlock, pats Rorlock. Peeks under the bed.
You see a kitten in the corner, like all its fur and feathers standing in the standing on end.
Looks to Luson. Why are you bothering it? Father, it's different. It's not gonna hurt us. It's that damn Father, it kept us from sleeping for like 3 nights straight. That was one night, Luson, and so did you. Father, don't help me like this. There, little guy. Extends hand.
Hissing, animal handling.
$21.
It stops hissing. It still looks very scared.
Extends other hand to clasp around Luson's face. Shoves back. Father, no, Father. You don't actually speak. Why do you keep doing comedic effort, Father? Maybe you should learn a thing or two about it. Come on, it'll be okay. Where did you even come from? Sniffs. Do I smell like Jani and Aahana on it?
Yeah.
Takes head out. Jani, did y'all bring a cat on board?
As you scream, it shrinks back into the corner.
That's why I took my head out from underneath.
I know, but you're being loud. Another
Oh,
animal handling.
Jesus. That's where it went.
Nah, it's not. It's not good with you anymore.
With some fish in her hand, she's like, "Come here."
It'd have to move past people though.
Well,
Yeah,
get
I
the fuck
know.
out the way.
Eh.
It comes to fish, and then it attempts to steal fish and scurry back into the corner. You catch Owlcat.
Owlcat. Is this not the Phoenix cat?
Yes, the famous Owlcat.
Oh, okay, okay. I was just hearing it being referred to as a Phoenix cat, so I didn't realize
It
it's also
happens.
owl.
I never get to actually. I've never named the damn thing and all that other shit. It's just been that for like ever.
It's like she's like letting it chew on the fish,
It's
and, like,
angry growling.
trying to scratch on its head. Alrighty, I understand. You're very angry with me.
Oh,
We're
distraction.
gonna be landing at some point, and then we'll let you out, okay? Oh wait. Turns back to Wilk. Our
Yeah.
owlcats, our Phoenix owlcats. Do they live on Grax continent? Or are
Well,
they
he got
specific to
one.
Hestia?
Johnny got one here, or rather in Hestia, but the last one I saw was all the way in Aelin, trashing the camp, as you might remember. So they probably just do whatever they want and go wherever they please.
Alrighty. Yeah, we'll let you go in a fishing town. We'll be right at home. Putting you back in a bedroom, though. In a bathroom. Puts in,
Decompresses. Susie,
throws back down curtain, and some more fish.
I'll just take those from you, and you don't have to hold that anymore. Continues.
So what are you making again?
Following your suggestion to partially use things from the rations to try to make
How many rations are you using?
2.
With 2 rations, you've managed to make a single fist or hand fist size. Basically, one for your guy.
Perfect.
You think, at least. Of course, now it needs to dry for like a while. It's very moist. They're not used to being moist. They're dry.
It holds it up to like the fucking graph of dwarven hands. Perfect.
That took like a week, by the way.
Yep, but he's learned the process. It's faster after you've learned the process. And even faster after you've practiced the learning process.
Now you just gotta hire people to make this shit for you. Because heaven forbid you don't have the room to make more than just like like every 5 or 6 days.
Which is how often they need to eat, so it's fine.
Alright, so anything else happening during this month?
I did my prayers.
How
Alright.
much progress do you think Oswald and you are making in your therapy corner, Johnny?
He's gotten through half of his friends.
And Oswald's been drawing them, taking his time, drawing like a happy scene.
Alright. At the end of the week, you guys managed to make it back to the fishing town of Narok. It's been a while. Your friend is there. I don't know what else you guys were going to be doing here.
Giving the rock a break. It's been long enough that Adventurer Guild's probably heard about this situation, so he's gonna stop by and
What situation?
the chorus beast.
What about it? There was no thing to take care of it.
Yeah, but
Celia
at
said
some
that
point
she was going to alert them, yeah.
Okay.
He's just
Seeing
going
in
there.
how the
Good
events
job, but it's not like they can't pay you, you know? What were you hoping from that?
Well, for starters, now people know about it. More people know about it, but he didn't know if there was any reward from Celia posted in the guild about it or not, so he's just checking in. He didn't know if there was anything.
You
for
check
us.
in, you find out that they are currently trying to rebuild. They don't have the extra funds. But the guild itself can probably just give you up a rank. And a hearty thank you.
Sounds good to me.
The person that helped you, Oswald, is fine. He's just been fishing and doing his job. He's glad to see you're okay.
So last time I was here, first of all, never got your name. Sorry.
Lakshi.
Oswald. Puts out his hand to shake.
He shakes.
I recall they were a Primalist, so he just pulses towards them.
Okay.
He just likes doing that when he meets a Primalist. Anyway, I heard that you owed a lot of money. Is that still true?
I've paid that one off.
Okay, good. I just came into a large amount, so I wondered if I could help.
No, you're good. Don't worry. I hear you've been through a lot yourself.
Yeah. Yeah, that's all I can say is yeah.
Well, you don't have to come back and make sure I'm okay. I just was happy to help you out when you could.
Yeah, we were going through anyway. Now I think I have some, an old man and woman to apologize to again.
Good luck.
I'm gonna ride Amit to them.
Amit's lost his way, by the way. He's back to normal.
Oh, good. I'm gonna ride Amit to him and be like, look, I didn't abandon him, I promise. It was just circumstances. Dodges a toaster being thrown at his head. Bye! Throws another stack of 10 copper into the place. Just like, take this. Sorry.
Wilk, are you doing anything else?
He is making sure Nuit is getting a good break-in with the fucking house off. He made sure.
Nuit looks fine. She does get a little bit antsy with whenever Oswald's away and you're trying to help her.
But he's also going to stop by and see if they sell any Gardoon food here still.
Aahana releasing the Phoenix Owl cat.
It literally scurries into the trees and never stayed again. It's the angriest little thing, too.
Gonna get revenge on Jani.
Jani, you're supposed to stay here. Your friends told you to. In fact, as you are disembarking, another bat flaps into your face, clings to it, and screams, "Don't you fucking dare leave Narok! We're coming!"
Grabs bat.
You grab the bat.
I swallow bat.
You swallow the bat.
Nope.
Aahana, you witness this.
Why did you eat the poor bat? It didn't do anything.
Yes, I did. It flew into my face like 3 times. Payback.
I'm pretty sure that's been different bats.
It was delicious.
Oswald also witnesses. I see no problem with what he did.
Exactly. Hey, look, I like you now. Sucks that I'm never gonna see you again.
I'll probably be through here again, or wherever you're going. But, here. Since we are going to be heading out not too far from now, and you're going to be staying here, apparently, are you?
Yep, I guess.
He, rips out the page that he's been working on, the drawing of your friends with, puts in, like, a just bit of leather to protect it, and then hands it to him with some charcoal drawing sticks. I want you to work on trying to finish this drawing. Don't worry about if it looks as good as mine. I've been doing this for probably about as long as you've been alive. I don't know how old you are.
Puts it in his pouch next to his human finger.
I can't control what you do.
Look, you saw nothing. That was totally my focus.
But, yeah, I guess just... I wish you good luck, and don't be afraid to send an animal messenger to one of us other than Aahana.
Aahana would be easy to find anyway. Still have one of her scales.
Just let us know if there's any more problems.
Ball.
Puts out a hand for a handshake.
Stares at it. What are you doing?
You're supposed to put your hand on mine and we shake it.
Why?
I don't know, it's a thing I picked up from the humans.
Puts tiny hand in yours?
Shakes.
I don't understand.
I mean, I don't know you well enough to give you a hug, so that's the next best thing, I guess.
That's what we always do.
What do you mean?
Oh, my little group of lizard druids, like that's how we say goodbye and hello.
All right.
We just
get-
surround the people and hug them.
I
Either
just
they
get down
like
on a knee and hug the tiny lizard.
hugs back.
You are covered in red makeup.
What the fuck?
Yeah, you're
Why do you
covered in
have
a
makeup?
fine layer of red powder.
Why what the fuck is this?
It's my feather makeup.
Makeup? What?
Yeah.
What?
Culture
It's a
Kindred
powder.
around.
For some odd reason, he won't just dye his feathers.
It's a cultural thing.
Oh,
Uh,
okay. That's cool. Walks up to Aahana, grabs on the side of her fleshy body.
It's just an imprint in Oswald's makeup of this profile of Johnny's face.
One day, my queen, I will serve you.
By the way, please get your hellspawn of a bird out of my house.
Oh yeah. Molly's still in the bathtub, ain't she?
Molly will not let anyone else in the bathtub. I've had to wrestle her 5 times to let Lufa clean it.
I can
Get
summon
the
her
fuck
anywhere,
out.
can't I? Or is she
Yes.
like a permanent creature? Okay. Like he makes a really weird face and then she like poofs into existence and she's very upset.
I will
There
not
you-
miss you one bit.
Her head like snaps like a fucking like AI tracking camera or something. She's like, "Poof," like looking right straight at you. Just like, I'm gonna fuck you up.
And that's when Wilk walks up, carrying
Look-
Dirk.
Look, Johnny, you know you can always send me a message.
It's Dirg, bro. I'm gonna miss you.
Sets Dirk down.
Hugs Dirg,
Dirk falls over.
rubs
Heading out.
belly. Yes,
Well,
my family's coming. What's
I
left?
expect a lot of animal messengers in the future. Just if it's a bloody letter, I guess we'll be here quickly, but don't make things bleed just to see Aahana.
I mean, we could do like, if something's really wrong, maybe we could I could put like a symbol or a keyword.
Just put the mark of the Copper Claws on it, and it shows like the rank 6 badge, and it has like their symbol there.
Takes the charcoal Oswald gave me. Ooh, draws it.
Lets him do a press.
Alright. Hugs his leg. Caresses his boot a little bit.
Pats his head. Yeah.
In the background
Fine
of this,
leather.
in the background of this, Molly attempts to intimidate me. I still have fear immunity on, and I terrifying glare back at her. Give me a wisdom saving throw, please.
I was gonna say she turns her head like a tsundere.
Fuck.
I still try to terrify her.
What check?
Wisdom saving
Wisdom.
throw for
What
Molly.
does it say? Wisdom saving. There it is. I gotta roll it manually.
That does not pass. She is paralyzed for 6 seconds in fear.
Falls over. Kicks Goose.
Send
Get
me a
up.
message whenever you need me. We're always gonna be willing to come by, okay? And if you guys happen to head to the other continent, which I think is originally where your group was planning on going, they can. There is a treant in between Razik and Kraigdeep, and there is also a druid in Kraigdeep. If you
Shit, a
guys
treant?
wanna ask them, and yeah,
Reminds me of that old treant that was part of our group. Oh shit, what happened to him?
Scheherazade has landed, I believe, but if you make it there quick enough, you might be able to join her city, or be there for the next landing.
Well, I gotta wait for my people here anyway.
shut up! Stop screaming at me, you lolly!
And as Johnny walks into the village and you guys wave, I guess that's where we'll
Dragon
end it
Goose.
tonight. Yeah, Dragon Goose.
By neck.
Stranglehold, really.
It does not hurt the goose. Because that is how you actually grab goose.
Don't worry, I'll call on you if they're ever going to be anywhere near where your clan settles down. Sound good? Just so you can make an appearance and talk to Aahana and shit. Yeah?
Yep.
Okay, cool. What you guys want to call this session?
By wind or scale.
I was thinking
Goodbye to a goose.
Goose and Gander. I don't know. Filthy Goose?
I think you've tried to suggest Goose and Gander almost every other episode you've been in.
Yes.
Should we just
So-
give it to him?
So
Yeah.
long,
Go.
foul play. I
We're doing
don't
Goose
know.
and Gander, sir.
Okay.
Nice to see
It's-
you all.
Our parting gift.
Bye-bye.
And then when you come back for like one episode, we can name it Goose and Gander Part 2. Just to
Fine.
confuse
Oh, God.
everybody.
Gooser
Electric
and
Blue-
Ganderer.
5
electric-
months later.
Electric Boogaloo.
Electric Goose.
Gooser and Ganderer EX Electric Boogaloo.
EX.
Alright, thanks everybody for being here. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.